Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the
Hey.
campfire.
Welcome in. Oh,
Oh, how we doing tonight?
oh
Hi,
yeah.
Chad.
Oh, baby.
Hello.
Look at them. Oh,
Oh,
wow. Ray, thank you for driving us out into this beautiful forest to be one with
Yes.
nature.
I know, isn't it the
Middle
most
of nowhere.
amazing spot? Oh my god, I'm walking towards.
Matt, thank you for building this forest
Thank
with
you
your
so
bare
much.
hands.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
These bare
With your-
hands.
Just
Yes,
arranging
we
the.
have legs and we have
Yes.
hands.
We have
Matt's like
legs.
the dad that like supplied the sheets to set up a tent in the backyard so the kids could go camping. Thank you. Let's
Have a quick look at everyone as well. Hello, Anne. Welcome
Hi.
in.
Hello.
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 Hello there, Zan. How you going?
Hi, I'm great. I need to look at you. Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
hi. How you
Oh,
doing?
hi. I don't like.
alright.
All right, I'm gonna sit down. All right.
And hello
Doesn't
to
take
Rita,
a-
the spirit
Hi,
that's with
Rita.
us tonight.
Yeah, I'm
Tonight,
somewhere.
yeah, we summoned.
She's somewhere here.
I'm somewhere.
She's possessing something.
Hello, Chad, as well. How are you all
Hello,
doing?
Chad.
How's everyone
Welcome
doing?
in.
Doing
Wow.
tonight? Let's just take a little bit of a seat, shall we?
Yeah, shall we take a seat?
There we go. Ooh, ooh, little bit
Oh
of a.
wow.
Wow.
How cool is this like cozy vibe? It's
Oh, very nice, isn't
quite
it?
immaculate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good. Let me say a quick hello to everyone that I have seen in chat tonight. Wonder guys, hello. Visha, Benland, Koji. Anyone else I've missed? Hello, welcome. Welcome in lurkers as well.
Yeah. Getting those legs nice and wide, extra comfy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So this is part of our series that we have dubbed Checkpoints Weird World, where we will be talking about a lot of the different kind of weird stuff. Oh my god! A little sub
Nice.
above my head! Oh my
Nice.
god, look at that!
It's a bird. It's a bird.
How
Oh
we
no,
Thank
he
you so
found
much.
us.
Brody, how could you? We drove all the way out here so you wouldn't.
So we could escape.
Oh, we could escape.
Oh, thank you, Thunder guys. That's so lovely.
Very lovely. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Ah.
But yeah, tonight we will be talking about, in particular, true crime, true unresolved, yeah, crime. So
Some crimes.
we affect some crimes. It won't be anything too nasty. But yeah, we be sharing some stuff both from our land down under and overseas. Yeah, we're excited to show y'all.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
We
god!
have
my
Fisher
God.
and Benlin.
Holy shit!
Welcome.
Holy shit! What is that?
what is it? Get it! Get it!
Is that waving? Hello.
Oh my god! There's another one.
Oh,
They keep appearing.
Oh.
Oh, hello,
Oh.
dear. Be free. Look at them. They're so cute.
They are very sweet.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Another one.
Oh,
It's a Rita Mat.
shit. It's a read it. Oh, hello.
Rita Mat. Rita Rat.
Hello, rats.
oh my god.
The rat.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh
little
my
rats.
god, look at them. We're gonna be overrun
Oh,
soon.
wow. I know we're gonna. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
So many rats.
Another one. So many rats.
so many rats.
Get
They're all
warm,
waving.
little rodents. Get warm by the fire with us.
Yes, get warm, ghosties, little ghosts.
Why is Matt's rat so far away?
Oh, he's like ostracized
Oh, no.
from the other rats.
No one likes Matt Rat.
Oh no, not Matt Rat.
Not Matt Rat.
Did it work?
Very me.
Oh, there he be. He's
Oh,
just
there died be.
there he come out. He's
Get
come
out
out.
of here.
Matt is also
It's
here
so
with
scary
us.
just like seeing his
Oh,
silhouette.
he's just standing there, isn't he?
Standing
Menacingly.
there.
Watching.
Wait, what does this look like?
Oh my god.
Which side is he? Oh my god. He's
Wait,
oh my
wait,
fucking
do you want to
god.
look up? Oh god, he's coming up behind me.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
gonna die.
Fucking-
Right, you should show I feel a presence here.
Oh,
I feel an unearthly presence.
Oh god, oh
hovering
god, I
above
can't
us.
look. I can't look at it.
Oh my god!
Oh,
you
no.
can't look it direct in the eye. Oh,
Cheese.
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 Cheese, please.
Pure what? Yeah. What you'd expect from a rat, I feel.
Rats, do you notice that your contributions are filling up a little meter?
Mm.
Oh, there's some color in that
Wow,
pumpkin meter
even
now.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, wow. I don't know what it means. I feel like it's a surprise, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, even we don't really know,
don't know.
what's happening.
Matt's a secret wizard
Matt
who
has
does
done
wizard
some
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, the production level of this is amazing. Matt deserves
Yeah,
all
thank
the
you,
praise.
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Midnight.
Thank you, Rathu Jr.
Thank you, Rathy Juniors. Are these all descendants
Rathu
of
Jr.'s,
the one?
yes, of the
Rathu?
one of the one rotating rat.
Koji rat.
Koji rat. Cosmic rat.
Rat.
Banlan rat. Banlat. Ban rat? Vunder rat.
Hello, T-Bud. Welcome in. Feel free
Hello,
to
T.
join
Hello,
us.
Noir punk?
Noah, hello.
Hi, welcome in.
Noah rat.
Noir rat. Rat Rand.
Yeah. We have made a little slide thing for you guys. Slideshow.
Yeah.
I don't want to say slideshow because I feel like that's
It's
like
not quite a slideshow.
it's not
It's
quite a
like
slide.
an
It's like a
presentation.
it's a presentation, but also just
presentation.
filled
That's a
with-
good word.
filled with, filled with information for us so we can remember what the hell we're talking about. Really.
So I definitely had a very like school kind of moment where I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing a true crime presentation, and I just, as in typical fashion, left it till the bitter end. I was writing it up until now.
Saw your message. Like,
Yeah, I feel like I did the same thing. My gosh, yeah, we kind of did leave it, but look, we've got a lot of stuff. You're gonna sell us a timeshare condo.
Yes.
I love how that popped up in like the
Oh my
side of the
gosh.
screen as well. Holy shit.
Jeez. Jeez. The rats are making demands.
Oh my god, please. They're outnumbering us now. We can't
They are.
father feed us.
Oh, no.
Where is your dad? Where's your dad at?
Where's the big rat?
Where's
Oh.
your
there?
Is he up there? Yeah, is he standing there?
Can I see? Still around? Somewhere. He's somewhere. Somewhere. Where's my daddy?
Please give her. Wait.
Alright fam, are y'all ready to
Yeah, we're
get
gonna get in.
started?
Mhm.
Yes, feel free to continue filling up your trick or treat bars. Yeah, as much as you guys like.
Yeah.
All see what happens.
Uncover the secrets together.
Yes. I kind of have to control two screens, so bear with me if things get a little bit janky on my screen. I will try my best. Yes, welcome to Checkpoint's Weird World. This is one of many, and we're going to definitely be reusing this in the set for all different types of Weird World stuff. ID. Little bit of a thing about today's stream, I guess, because of the topic. The contents of the stream will involve topics of true crime related instances. This includes but is limited to violence, death, gore, all those kinds of things, and images of people that are no longer with us. We understand this isn't for all of you guys, and it's okay if you need to sit this one out or take a break at any time. We completely understand, but we of course appreciate your support. Everything that we look at as well will not be our own thoughts or opinions. It'll just be based off whatever we've done research on. So there you go. Just heads up. Yeah, if you ever need to take a break, that's fine. Feel free. We'll be here.
Chilling by the
Chilling.
campfire.
Yes.
Hmm.
I love the
Yay.
the rats agree.
Rats agree.
Yeah,
The rats are gonna
Yeah,
unionize and
yeah,
take
yeah.
over. Rat union.
Rat union horror cheese.
Horror cheese. Yeah,
Alright,
that's
fam.
so funny. I love you.
Oh, this just makes me feel so cozy as well. Doesn't it make y'all feel cozy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, yo.
Alright.
Are we gonna read out everything the rats say?
Well, some of it, I don't know. We'll see how we go tonight. So yeah, so we'll be doing Unsolved True Crime. I think I'm up first, right? Talking about it first. So, the first thing, instance of true crime that I will be told. Oh god, someone's changing the slides. Am I doing that? I don't know.
It's the ghost.
Incident.
It's correct, Steve.
With the collar bomb incident, this takes place in Erie, Pennsylvania, America. Happened back in 2003, and revolves around a person called Brian Wells, who was age 46 at the time. Yeah, this one is a bit fucked, so again, warning.
It's quite modern as well.
Yeah, this is the most modern one that we have.
I think so.
Yeah, so tonight. So it's a pizza delivery man, who's Brian Wells, received a call to deliver a pizza to a nearby location of 8631 Peach Street, and then 2 hours later, Brian is seen on live TV robbing PNC Bank with a collar bomb strapped to his neck. Brian was supposed to be sent on a strange scavenger hunt that seemed impossible to complete. Scare. Pizza. Scare. I feel like they're one-track minded, these rats. They're just like cheese,
Horror,
pizza, scary.
Cheese pizza.
Oh, I have a little introductory video to show y'all that is courtesy of the Evil Genius series on Netflix. I thought we could watch that first because it's really interesting. This is like a 4:45 minute. We're not watching that, but if you did want to watch it later, a 4:45 minute episodes that are on Netflix revolving around the collar bomb incident. It's really interesting, and there's a lot to this. Like one thing that's happened. All right, let's play. Hopefully you guys can hear this.
I start hearing a beat. His eyes just got real wide.
I don't know if they can hear it.
Potential hostage.
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna shut up. Sorry.
The bank with an explosive blast. Something like this had never happened.
Did anyone hear
The
that?
Shadow Man.
Oh, okay. You see my
For being
face.
a small town, Erie has its share of bizarre events, but there is nothing that raised so many questions as this case.
The call was made to the pizza shop at 1:30. Brian Wells drove to the site where the pizzas were to be delivered.
The man told police that he was forced to rob the bank.
The FBI believe that whoever built the collar is patient and secretive.
Brian Wells said he was supposed to go on a scavenger hunt.
He was supposed to go from point A to point B to point C, where the keys would be given him to release this bomb.
This made worldwide news.
The purpose of the pizza bomber plot? Money.
How could this happen? Who's the mastermind?
Yeah. That was a little bit that I took from Netflix's YouTube. I'm moving my head around. There we go. Hello, Goblino. Welcome in. See, that was a bit about the collar bomb. So, man basically set off to deliver a pizza. Then, no one knows what happened between that time, but he did rock up at a bank and was wearing a collar bomb, and he had a few things else on him as well that made things a bit weird. Oops. I'm playing that again. Hold on. Please exit full screen. Please, Jesus Christ. Get out. Get out. There we go. Kind of. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done?
Pizza delivery is an incredibly dangerous job.
It is a dangerous job.
Yeah.
It is a dangerous job. I feel like every delivery has the potential for
There we go.
danger.
We're going back and do it. Yeah, there we go. So a bit about Brian. He lived by himself with cats. He was generally quiet and kept to himself as well. He was a helpful person, as told by his neighbors. I've delivered pizzas, and yes, they are scary. So this seems a bit out of the cats, a bit out of the ordinary for him to do something like this. He was only late once for his job in 10 years. So
Wow.
this man seems like a pretty dedicated, you know, whatever, normal man. But his calm and unusual demeanor during the heist may have led to his demise. So the way that he kind of acted during this whole process of him, yeah, take some time off, dude. But he acted during this whole process of him with the collar bomb and then eventually being arrested, kind of, it didn't end up helping. I think he took enough time. Oh my god. Didn't end up helping his case in regards to the urgency of the situation.
But I think it's so hard to say how you would react in that situation though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to say someone's been too calm or isn't panicked. Like you can't put a blanket statement over everyone, right?
It would just be the way that he was dealing with the that
that
trauma, that issue.
It all. Yeah.
I have some photos. So shock. Hold on. There we go. There's some photos of this. That is Brian over there entering the PNC Bank. So you'll notice that he's wearing a shirt that says yes on it, and it wasn't supposed to be in relation to the brand. It wasn't a shirt that he had owned. So they think someone put this shirt on him as well as the collar bomb. And he was also given this strange kind of looking cane that was also a gun. So it's so weird because it was supposed to be like inconspicuous, right? It was supposed to look inconspicuous, but also it was very obvious. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like he's rocking in there with like a giant collar obviously underneath his neck and a cane gun. And this is something weird that also happened. So if you can see in that photo, on his way out of the bank, so he went in, was told them to give them like, it was like $250,000, I think.
That's not that much money, is
or
it?
Something. I don't know if I'm getting that right, but we'll see in a second. And they only had $8,000 in the till. They gave him that. He was told to leave his license and give them a note. So he did that. And on his way out, he picked up those candy binkies? And put one in his mouth and walked out casually. So in his mouth you can see him, like he's got like a lolly in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
He picked up a lolly and then put it in his mouth and then just like walked away like it was nothing.
That's so strange, like unusual, but again, like how can you, I don't know, like I can't even fathom being in that situation. Like say that someone has put a device on you and has told you to do something, like rob a bank. Like I can't even
that's what people were saying as well, Banland. Also, welcome in, Wobbin. People were kind of saying that he was like, well, I'm fucked anyway, like might as well take a piece of candy, like, you know what I mean? So that's what people were saying. After that, he was told to go to a McDonald's drive-through fucking garden, like near the garden near the drive-through. So he was told to like go there and pick up like the next piece of the puzzle. So the collar bomb contained holes in it which had keys for like holes for keys for 4 locks basically, and he was given a piece of paper for a scavenger hunt. So the first piece was go to the bank, rob the bank. Oh my god, I'm sorry about the echoes. It's because me and Zan are sitting so close to each other. I'd
We
kill
need
a
to
man
buy a
for a
divider.
McChicken. Somebody stop that rat. Oh god, what are they saying? Ambience. Yeah, there we go. I hope you guys can hear the fire crackle and stuff as well. This is very nice.
And I feel like I'm having such a just like a cozy chat.
Cozy
This is
chat,
great.
right? I really
Feel my
like it.
friends. Yeah.
Chicken
Feel
with
like
cheese.
a nice hot chocolate.
Feels something probably bad happens. I don't know what's gonna happen once those bars reach.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, I'm
don't know.
scared.
And that one's almost half full. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ. Warm rats.
Warm rats,
Yes,
toasty rats.
cozy.
Num 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 num.
Num num num. Yeah, but you guys can hear the game, right? Or I guess this is kind of a game, I guess.
Why are we also filling up the so you have the option of filling up the trick bar or the treat bar, and you're all going with the trick bar. It's quite upsetting. You don't wanna...
Of course they would, though. Of course they would. Naughty. They're naughty.
Yeah, naughty.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck me. I just fuck. Fuck you guys. No. Alright. Now they're making it not cozy. That's just, please, no. Okay. So, he went to this McDonald's drive-thru. We're in the garden. There was the next thing that he was supposed to do. He was supposed to then drive to another location, but on his way there, he was stopped by the police and then handcuffed, because of course they called the police after the bank heist. And he then calmly told the police that he had a collar strapped to his neck, that it could go off, and they basically were just like, they handcuffed him and stepped back, and they didn't really do much to try and help the situation. But he was also remained very calm while he was sitting there and talking to them. And they waited for the bomb squad to arrive. But yeah, I have another little... Sorry guys, I'm controlling the slides at the same time. This one's from BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I thought we could watch a little bit of it. Welcome in.
Welcome in.
All these rats.
All these rats.
All these rats.
Is probably the better word. Police would later find pages of instructions in Wells's car. The first note read, quote, "Exit the bank with the money and go to the McDonald's restaurant. Get out of the car and go to the small sign reading drive-thru/open 24 hours in the flower bed. By the sign, there is a rock with a note taped to the bottom. It has your next instructions."
This is what I was talking about.
If you want someone to go to an inconspicuous location, don't go to a McDonald's flower bed.
That's true.
You loiter around a drive-thru, people start yelling at you.
Also, I
Not
mean,
that I've done that, but
it's also like very obvious to have a grown man rummaging through a flower bed
with a giant collar,
with a giant collar,
digging through the flower bed at a
He
McDonald's.
was asking for witnesses. Then again, he's only incriminating himself.
Yeah, I guess.
At the McDonald's, Wells collected a 2-page note that directed him to go up Peach Street to a wooded area several miles away. Shortly after, Wells was stopped by state troopers and handcuffed while he told them about the bomb. The troopers left him sitting on the ground shouting for help. They called the bomb squad as soon as they visually confirmed the device around his neck, and the rest is history. The notes directing Wells said, quote, "This powerful booby-trapped bomb can be removed only by following our instructions. Act now, think later, or you will die," end quote. Wells was warned that he would be watched by sentries, and that, quote, "If anyone follows or interferes, we may leave and allow timer to detonate or call cell phone detonator," end quote. If Wells did as he was instructed, which included driving around the city to gather passwords, clues, and keys that would disarm the bomb, Wells would end up with a combination to free himself from the bomb. However, it seemed based off of the instructions that Brian Wells never stood a chance. The plot assumed that he would be able to rob a bank of $250,000 and drive around in a Geo Metro with a collar bomb without interference from the police.
So he was kind of doomed from the start here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like the deck is kind of stacked against him.
What I think they wanted to do was they wanted him to go to the next point, make the handoff with the money, continue the scavenger hunt, and then they get rid of a loose end because the bomb goes off.
Yeah, so the cops actually, after all of this took place, the cops actually looked at the scavenger hunt and completed it themselves.
Wow.
And the process of that was to see if he actually had enough time to do all the scavenger hunt and get all the keys if he wasn't apprehended. And it turns out that there wasn't. So he was basically just gonna die. Like, he was like gonna die regardless. So
was it about the money, or no? Because that's what they were saying. It was like that would be the way of tying off the loose ends. Pass off the money, tie off the loose ends.
Yeah. So he basically was just like, so they didn't even win anything. Yeah. It was so weird. Like, people were so confused as to why, like, and they still are confused. It's unsolved, really. Like, there were a few people that did go to prison for this, but it wasn't really like, the notes kept saying us, like, you know what I mean? We want you to do this, you will do this for us. So it wasn't just one person, like, it wasn't just one person that was kind of like all this. This was a group of people that they thought was doing this. Yeah, like, it's more than one. Cruel, yes.
It's very cruel.
What's wrong with these people?
They're criminals, man.
Cops tried completing the hunt themselves hours after Wells had died, bouncing from clue to clue until eventually one of the clue locations came up empty. It seemed that whoever was executing this plan had called it off once the police interfered.
So there was
One
people
thing
watching.
to note is that the instructions contained words like "we" and "us,"
Yeah, there we
making
go.
it appear that there were multiple conspirators. So now, let's get into the suspects.
Any one of these suspects could be part of the gang that carried out this crime.
I see, yes.
So one, maybe two, maybe more than that, may be responsible. But I will say at the end of this,
But Ray, remind
at
me
least one of
again.
these people was responsible.
Oh boy.
So for once,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, remind me again, what year was this done?
2003.
3.
Early 2000.
we will have some bit of closure.
Stick around. You got it. Good hook.
The first suspect is William A. Rothstein. Rothstein was a 6'6"
Also, I'll just say this. This case... So, I should probably say that when he got arrested, the bomb then started beeping after a while. There was live news reports showing this happening as well, live.
Of him sitting there.
Of him sitting there live.
Wow.
And he basically sitting there, and he was like, why are you guys trying to get this bomb off me? And then it started beeping, everyone backed away, and then it exploded. It exploded and it killed him on the street. And
wow.
People saw it happen on like TV. Like, it's messed up. It's pretty messed up.
That's incredible.
Yeah, like in the Evil Genius Netflix documentary, you actually see him die. Like, so trigger warning. Like, it's not. I haven't got any of that footage on here now, and we won't do that. But yeah, it's fucked up. Pretty fucked up.
I think, like, considering, let's say, like, because I know you might go into it, Ray, but let's say that, like, this was just a random thing that happened to this pizza delivery man. How fucked up is that?
I know. So people, didn't know, like, they didn't know if he was in on it or not. Like, that was also debated too. Like, I don't know if he was a part of it and why he would be a part of it. People assumed that, like, they thought maybe he was a part of it and then thought that it was a fake bomb, which is why he was so calm and collected.
That's crazy.
And then when it started beeping, he panicked. So people also assumed that he was part of the ploy of us and we. But again, like, we don't know.
feel like that's a... Yeah, I mean, you could speculate 1,000 times over about that. You know, whether he was a part of it or not. But, like, it's what's sad is that, like, you'll never know, and...
Again, we don't know. So, like, we don't want to, like, say anything that this guy was, you know, he's
was
not...
or wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not around to defend himself either, you know?
Yeah. But
yeah. Did the bomb crew didn't come in time?
So he died, and then the bomb crew arrived like minutes afterwards.
That's crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's so slow. You think they'd arrive like real fast?
Yeah, this whole thing, and like I'm gonna say, like what they're gonna say here, this thing gets weirder like after his death. Like you think, oh, that's so weird. Like they probably think they have suspects of who made the collar and all this stuff, but they just gets weirder. I don't know. It's another. I'll show you guys with the rest of this video.
Porter, who only wore dungarees and chest pouches filled with pens and notebooks. He spoke multiple languages, was an engineer, and a high school shop or introductory mechanics teacher. Less than a month after the collar bomb incident, Rothstein called the police and told the dispatcher, quote, at 8645 Peach Street in the garage, there is a frozen body. It's in the freezer, end quote. The address was Rothstein's home, and he claimed the body was there because he was storing it as a, quote, favor for a friend, end quote.
Big favor.
That is a big favor.
Yeah, I don't think I could call any of my friends.
If any one of us
Remember that time
asked
I helped you move
each
that
other,
couch?
like, hey, can you hide this body for me? Would you do it?
No, I'm calling
kind of like that.
I don't
Yeah.
I am.
The friend in question
I
was a woman
am.
Marjorie
Yeah.
Deal Armstrong. The body was 45-year-old James
Bye.
Roden,
But I'll
was
visit you
killed
in
by
jail.
his then-girlfriend Marjorie by shotgun
I
blast
still love
while he was sleeping in her bedroom. This occurred on August 13th.
just don't love what you're doing
about
right
6
now.
weeks before Roden's body was reported. Rothstein had twice been engaged to Deal Armstrong, so given their history, he agreed to get rid of Marjorie's shotgun and store the body, but stated that he called the police once Marjorie suggested that Rothstein put the rest of Roden's body in an ice grinder.
Too much. Yep.
She stepped over the line, man. Either way, I love that this guy has this odd moral compass where it comes to like hiding the body's fine. The next step is chopping the body up. You can't do that.
I imagine her talking to him on the phone and just suggesting, like, while we're on the horn here, do you mind taking that body and putting it through the ice grinder? Then just a beat of silence, and he just kind of sighs.
And she knows she's gone too far.
Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Jesus,
one too many. Damn it, Marjorie.
He was placed in custody hours later. He agreed to testify against Marjorie for immunity. He told the police that he had been feeling incredibly guilty and at one point was considering suicide. Police found a suicide note in a desk at his home.
Like it's gonna get muted by
the
Twitch
note
for that
started
word.
with, quote, this has nothing to do with the Wells case, end quote, which truly is an odd thing to say.
That is an odd thing
because
to
from
say.
an outside perspective, it has no apparent relation.
My friend went to New Orleans recently, and she was like, oh, I'd love to buy a house here.
Yeah.
And one of the signs said for sale, and under that sign was a big red sign that said, not haunted.
Oh, that house is... I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe that house is haunted.
That's as weird to me as saying, this has nothing to do with this case that has nothing to do with this. Don't look into it at all.
The only link between Rothstein and Brian Wells seemed to be a coincidence. Rothstein's house was one of the only houses in the vicinity of Brian Wells' last pizza delivery in the woods. Rothstein's house was a mere 5-minute walk away. Additionally, the phone call that placed the order of pizzas was traced to a payphone on 8228 Peach Street at a Shell garage, only a half-mile away from Rothstein's home. Lorraine Blodgett, the manager of the convenience store at the Shell garage, stated Rothstein would often come in. Quote, he'd come in to buy newspapers and cookies. He'd sit outside in his car and have brunch, read the paper, end quote. Rothstein also used to make calls from the payphone. When you combine these circumstantial details with the fact that Rothstein brought up the Wells case unprovoked, it is undoubtedly suspicious and brings to the forefront Rothstein's mechanical prowess. Police searched his home and found power tools, welders, and, quote, piles of old machinery, end quote. One NPR article states that Rothstein, quote, had the mechanical know-how to build the ingenious bomb that killed Wells, end quote. The collar was made up of, quote, a triple-banded metal collar with 4 keyholes and a 3-digit combination lock, and an iron box containing 2 6-inch pipe bombs loaded with double-base smokeless powder. The hinged collar locked around Wells's neck like a giant handcuff, end quote. Investigators were able to tell that the device had been made using professional tools. In 2007, a Pennsylvania grand jury agreed that Rothstein had dumped over 1,000 pounds of evidence at a local landfill.
Wow.
But even if Rothstein did make the bomb, he didn't quite fit the profile of the mastermind of such a cruel operation. And thus, we discuss Marjorie Deal Armstrong, our second suspect. After Rothstein tipped off the police to the murder of James Roden, police entered Marjorie's home, which was a mess of dog feces, clothes, and fast food cartons. The police had to wear toxic hazard suits.
I hate all of this story, Ryan. The filth here is making my skin crawl.
This is the woman who had him store a body for her murdered boyfriend.
She must have been real pretty.
Or devious.
I mean, why are you 2 times proposing to a woman whose house is full of dog shit?
Maybe she just had
Were
a
there
hook
any
on
of
him,
these
you know?
people
You
where
just
the
can't
pizza
let go.
delivered to?
Every time he'd go out for a walk and smell a little dog shit, he'd be like,
God, what a so he only delivered the pizza, and they don't know because there was the address, but it was basically an empty shack. So, like, it was like
a good place to like ambush someone and chuck a collar on them.
Yeah, so the address was something 82 something Peach Street, which is not too far from the pizza place, but it was out. This was out in the woods somewhere, so it wasn't very like. Yeah, there was no one there when they got there. Pizza Shack, yeah.
Pizza Shack.
like, Marjorie.
Marjorie. The aroma.
The aroma of Marjorie.
Marjorie already had a reputation in Erie and had killed before. She admitted to having shot her boyfriend Robert Thomas in 1984, but she was acquitted because she stated that she was a victim of domestic abuse. Her first husband hung himself, and her second died after hitting his head at home on a coffee table.
I mean, she's obviously an evil person, but just to live a life that's so fraught with chaos sounds stressful.
But also, this person needs to be eradicated from the rest of normal society.
We should separate her.
Yeah, for sure. We should put her over there.
Find a spot for her where she can no longer get married to people.
Yeah, because it's obviously a fatal thing.
According to her former high school classmates, she was known for her intelligence, but over the years, it mingled with madness. She suffered from multiple mental illnesses, including bipolar disorder, paranoia, and narcissism.
I know, I'm
Her
intrigued.
moods would swing, and she seemed unable to stop her rapid-fire speech. The local DA, Brad Falk, who had also attended school with Marjorie, described Marjorie as, quote, one of those folks that thinks she's smarter and slicker and brighter than everybody else, and that at the end of the day, she believes she'll win, or she'll prevail on anything that she does. It's the way she's been for 40 years, end quote. She seemed like the type that would make a bank heist more complicated than it needed to be, and she also seemed to be the type that would need to brag about her genius plan. The FBI made a profile of the collar bomber based on behavioral analysis. The collar bomber was profiled as a hoarder, comfortable with shop machines and power tools. The collar bomber also had access to work with these tools alone and took pride in their creations with dual purposes, a collar and a bomb and a cane and a shotgun. They had a violent past and a superiority complex. This profile fit the combination of Rothstein and Deal Armstrong. She had a complex, a violent past, and he had shop skills. Though we aren't done with Deal Armstrong, I'll now introduce our third suspect, a man named Kenneth Barnes. A witness came forward in 2005 that said Kenneth Barnes was involved. He was a former TV repairman turned crack dealer.
It's so close.
Earlier
It's
in
gonna
2007, 27-year-old
What if the trick is actually on the rats
came forward
and
saying
not
he
us?
knew Brian Wells and had, quote, turned
What
tricks,
if all the rats
unquote,
shatter?
with him at the home of Kenneth Barnes.
Into a
Hoopsick
million
had left a
pieces.
message on Brian's answering machine,
Giant
and
foot
was a
comes
link
down.
between Brian and Deal Armstrong. It turned out that Kenneth E. Barnes, who would supply Hoopsick with drugs, used to go fishing with Marjorie Deal Armstrong.
Hence, connecting
This is
Barnes,
so like
Brian,
convoluted.
and
This
now
thing.
Armstrong. So he knew these people.
What a town.
The rats are
Barnes had
spirits.
spoken too freely
They're
about
dead.
the collar bomb
Oh,
plan,
fuck.
and his
What's wrong with
brother-in-law
my
turned
face?
him in while Barnes was already
What?
in jail for unrelated
Oh,
fraud
God.
charges.
Wait, what's
Barnes
happening?
and Neil
What
Armstrong
the
had also been seen
fuck,
driving
man?
the wrong way on the highway near one
I
of
love
the
the
locations
train.
they searched.
Christ.
Barnes said he would exchange
Ah,
information for
fuck,
Richie's
Zen,
sentence.
you're so
Barnes
scary.
also confirmed the
Hold on.
FBI's belief that Neil Armstrong
Bro.
was the
Holy
mastermind.
Holy shit. I'm fucking horrified.
This is scary.
Bro. This is fucked up, man.
It's even scarier with Zan's sharp teeth.
Let me see, man. What does this look like in first person?
Oh.
Fucking hell, man. This is so scary. I'm done with this trick. Yeah, me too.
This will last 2 minutes.
I feel like a Junji Ito character.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking trick keeps going up. Oh my god, you guys want to do this again? Oh, why is Umbra so scary?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And you look like a tomato from Fortnite.
I feel yeah, like the Pringles
with
man.
the mustache.
Oh my god.
I'm in danger.
Chad.
What have you done?
Oh no.
Oh wait, we're back.
Paris.
Back to normal.
We're back.
2 minutes. Thank you,
you
Matt.
for
That
the
was
trick.
fun. And thank you for tricking us.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
gosh. I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
He stated that Dale Armstrong needed the money because she
I
wanted to pay
appreciated that as
Barnes
well.
to kill her father, who she believed was blowing through his fortune,
For the
which
hell
was
Only
money
three.
she expected to inherit. Barnes claimed that he was kept in the dark about most of the plan, but he had already corroborated with much of what the FBI had already heard. Other than Barnes, investigators had previously spent weeks with informants who said that Dale Armstrong talked about plans of the bomb in intimate detail. A fellow inmate of Dale Armstrong told authorities that Dale Armstrong had admitted to killing her boyfriend James Roden because he was going to expose the bomb plot. The FBI met with Dale Armstrong while she was serving time for the murder of James Roden. Dale Armstrong promised to tell them everything if they would transfer her from Muncie State Penitentiary to Cambridge Springs, a minimum security prison closer to Erie. Dale Armstrong insisted to the FBI that she had nothing to do with the collar bomb plot, but she did supply the kitchen timers used
James
for the
Roden.
bomb and was within a mile of the bank robbery when it happened. She agreed to drive around Erie with the agents and showed them where she had been that day, linking her to several locations of the crime. Marjorie also admitted to the FBI that on the day Brian died, she had gone to the Shell station with her Jeep and bought $10 of gas. Rothstein and Barnes were also with her. Rothstein had used the payphone before Wells died, implying that Rothstein made the phone call to the pizzeria. She then claimed she would provide no further information without immunity, but she had already given away too much information. The FBI informed Dale Armstrong that they had enough information to indict her.
Frankly, this is stressful, Ryan.
It's very stressful. So
Yeah,
she
so-
gave him all these details.
Basically, they think all three of these people are, like, involved with this. So they think that the first guy who was hiding the body made the bomb with the scrap metal and stuff, because you would have had to been very intricate. I have a video on that as well. I don't know if you guys are sick of it, videos or this thing, but on how the bomb was made. It was really intricate, and like someone actually, like the police actually recreated it, or the forensics team recreated it.
Wow. Yeah, because I would imagine there wouldn't be much left, right?
Oh
at
no,
the end
there
of
was. There was. Surprisingly, they recovered 97% of it.
Wow.
Because it only exploded. It kind of exploded, and then internally, and then it just detached itself. It like detached itself, and then they were able to grab it. Yeah, you guys order pizza. You get pizza. You guys, your little rats want pizza. You guys get pizza. Yeah, and there was like again, I have a video of it, but like it ends. So basically, all three of these people are sussy, and they think they all had something to do with it. But then there's other kind of give me a treat. You want garlic cheese pizza? Okay. Garlic cheese pizza.
I want some garlic cheese pizza,
sounds
please.
so good.
Yeah.
What's the reception like out here? Someone call Domino's?
Yeah, someone called Domino's. We're gonna. Why don't we have little marshmallows to roast around the fire?
Oh my god, I want some food. I want marshmallows now, like IRL. That'd be great. But yeah, I feel like they think all three of them had to do with it. Some people only think it was Lady. Oh, Domino's, when there's one tree.
A bunch of ghost rats. You'll see their glow emanating
near a giant man. I think a giant man.
A giant man,
and a bunch of other things.
A giant man.
And
the
some
tall
rats.
man.
And some rats.
You know, we know the tall man.
Oh,
Everyone knows the tall
oh
man.
God, it is.
Buddy. He is quite tall now that you mentioned it, isn't he?
He's a pretty tall man.
He's a pretty tall man.
Yes.
Rat father.
Forgot about him. That is the tall man. He's around, you know. He's around.
I think I used to talk about the tall man, like in terms of like I used to end my Halloween streams last year with like, don't let the tall man catch up with you, or don't let the tall man find you.
Yeah, like there is a tall man Easter egg in one of our after stream videos that we posted last year.
Oh, that's right, the tall man.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe I'll post it to the Twitter or something. But
tall man.
Yeah, maybe I should talk about how we came up with the tall. In it.
Well, we
wait, when did
had a beach trip.
You guys really
my
remember
God.
that?
The tall man was Matt's creation.
And we can talk about the tall. Another time if we want to. What's the tall man tea? Oh, he's. Did you see him? Probably no.
Ever watching, ever present.
Present.
I feel like his hands are too big.
They're ready for grasping.
The story of the tall man was basically like we stayed at a Airbnb near the beach, and we were walking around at night, and we were just saying, well, how weird would it be if we looked out into the ocean and there was like just a guy's shoulders. Then as he walked, got closer and closer and closer, so he was like giant, like the size of building, and then he peeked into the building, like I don't know, just was able to look into like a top story window or some shit.
I think we were like in the Airbnb, like having dinner or something, and we were like, what if you like look out the window and you see the tall man's eyes just peering into the window?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're on like the third
We're
floor.
like hyping each other up.
Oh yeah, about the tall man.
Yeah,
he lives in the ocean, I think.
Yes, lives in the ocean and he comes out of the ocean. Big scare.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he was slender? Does like give you a horror one? Yeah.
Yes. I feel like horror walks upon that line very carefully. Like sometimes you're just like something can be so fucking absurd, but it's so scary.
Yeah, I feel that. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this. There we go. Yeah, basically with the collar bomb, I think a few of them did go to jail. But it wasn't 100% ever like clear who done what on who was like involved with it. It's just really fucked up, you know?
So like they never just like pinpointed it on like a certain person or people. It was just like,
I think they pinpointed it on her specifically.
Didn't she kill someone?
She killed
yeah.
her. Oh, she went to jail for killing her boyfriend.
So she never went to jail technically for like no one was technically ever charged with that crime.
I think so.
They just went to jail
remember.
through like incidental other crimes.
No, I think that other guy did. Sorry, I'm a bit like rusty on this. I should have looked up like more, but like Jinji from my yeah, exactly. That's fucked up. Koji.
I think that was Teefbud's quote, but Koji retyped it so the rats would say it.
Oh yes, amazing. I love it.
Thank you. We need the rats to say these things, to drop these truths.
I love them. Yeah, I was kind of more like so kind of into how the stuff was actually made. As we need rat input, yes. It's important that we know what you guys typed it. Oh god. Yeah, like, oh sorry, I kind of stopped it, but if we go towards the end.
And friends say he was, quote, 100% innocent, end quote, and there was no way he could have been involved. Others say Wells started out as a willing participant, but was...
I guess you get what you pay for. If you're hanging out with people who all agree that maybe it's a good idea for you to wear a fake bomb and rob a bank, you can't be outraged when they put a real one on you.
District Attorney Buchanan said that over time, Wells had changed from a co-conspirator to an unwilling participant.
Yeah, so they thought he was working with them, with basically those 3 other peeps that they just mentioned. And it was supposed to be like a fake ploy. They thought that he was going to wear a fake bomb. Again, this is just speculation. He thought like he was going to wear a fake bomb, and then do the heist, get the money. But they think instead as well, this is another theory, that they put a real bomb collar on him. He didn't expect that to happen, and then died, and became basically the clear up of that loose end. The other 3 were just a bit messy, I think, with how they handled it. Like they said, they found evidence. They found a dead body in a freezer that had nothing to do with this, and they still linked themselves to this murder. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they're like, there's a dead body in the freezer, but it has nothing to do with Brian Wells. And then like, why would you say that it had nothing to do with Brian Wells if it didn't have anything to do with Brian Wells? Do you get what I mean?
Well, how do you even know who Brian Wells is?
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of implicated them. They implicated themselves. Yeah, that's kind of how that went down. It was so weird. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't like that the skirt is like that.
Oh my god. No. I told her this is a treat. This feels more like a trick. I gotta get up too.
I need to stand up.
Yes,
Go back.
Oi.
Is this a treat? I don't know.
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted,
No,
chat?
you don't want this.
You don't want this? You don't want this?
Oh god, we're gonna step on them. We're so...
Stomp.
Oh god, wait.
End it all.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm
You're like
levitating. Haunted.
I'm levitating. My sugar boo. How does that song go? Everyone take it for a ride.
I like that we don't have shoes, just socks.
Just socks.
How do we Krypton not polyester? Can we change back?
Will Matt, will it time out? Or will
He said you can change the outfits back. Haha. Does that mean it won't
God.
change? What the fuck is that?
Who is this?
Hello, nice.
Scary.
a necessary evil?
Necessary.
Okay.
I guess he's sitting.
Okay, he's here now.
I'm sorry. Real quick, it felt weird that I wasn't there with the maid thing. It just felt like I was being
like it was too
I realized, like, because I was going to be in this room originally, and now, like Night would have been a maid as well. It would have been funny, but now I just feel weird.
It became weird when it was just all women. All women in cat outfits.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna go again. Sorry, guys.
I can stay if he wants. He
Bye.
can stay.
I'm gonna be I'll be idle, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Matt said equality. Bye. Okay. In an outfit. We need the representation. Yes. Back to tricks.
Tricks only.
Empty-eyed flesh puppet.
It's weird him just sitting there not moving, just
Staring into the fire.
Oh, I don't know if frames are dropping.
Oh god, the maid outfits are too much.
Maybe a Catboy was too much.
He's gone now.
Yeah, I know, and the stream's sort of better.
I'm gonna change it back into my clothes. Wait, do I have to stand up first?
Can I just do that in front of the fire?
Yep. Oh god, I'm wearing. Go. Oh no, I don't have legs.
I can't tell what I'm wearing and what I'm not wearing. Oh lord. Oh, there we go.
I'll keep the cat ears on.
I'm gonna stay in this outfit, I think.
That's okay, you can stay.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, yes, that was the collar bomb incident, y'all.
Kind of derailed at the end, but that's okay.
I don't know if it made that bigger or if it was just us lagging out because we were laughing so hard.
I think that was, yeah.
That is.
Yeah. Power.
Go back to the. Ooh, wrong thing.
We experienced so many things during that story.
How many emotions? Like,
there was a lot of emotions, man.
Mm.
If we want to continue like later, I can
Wells was
so another video, but for now we'll move on. Okay. So the next
17 emotions.
Only 17 emotions. Next. Okay.
Rackman.
Oh shit, it's me. Okay.
Witches.
Well, I don't have videos. It's just gonna be me talking. I'm sorry.
That's probably the better. I feel like I like, so I just added them. So I hope you guys are okay with that as well, chat.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Alright, the Rackman. I did not know about this case until I found it, I guess. There were a lot of cases that I found that were pretty interesting. But yeah, I picked this one out of randomness.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know anything about this.
I don't know anything about this either, and this takes place in Sydney, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is like
Sydney.
in like the city that we are from.
Yeah. Which is fucking wild. Sorry, Anne. I'm in control, so I'll try and change slides.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so this is a Rackman. So this was in Hawkesbury, Sydney. Hawkesbury River. So on the 11th of August 1994, local fisherman Mark Peterson, I think that was his name, was on his boat on the Hawkesbury River, I think just north of Sydney. The net he was trying to pull in was like heavy, and he assumed that he just had like a lot of fish.
No.
But after pulling the net out of the water, he discovered a large metal frame, and on it was a decomposing body partially covered by a disintegrating plastic bag.
God damn.
Your face.
God damn.
Yeah, imagine like just coming across that while you're trying to like work.
So, you're a Sid Rat Cider as well, Wobbin. Oh, welcome. What in the Silent Hill is this? Yeah, that's pretty fucking. I've been to the Hawkesbury River is quite big, but I've been to it before. I've
sat by it and had a nice picnic.
Yeah, me and Zan have had donuts by the Hawkesbury River.
Oh, that's yeah, but yeah, it is like a really big river, so like I mean there could be anything there.
It's huge, man.
Oh, that's true,
Yeah.
actually. I was just like thinking, oh yeah, it's a big river. Like, you know, it could have happened anywhere, but there could actually be anything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Annie. There's probably a lot of things in there.
It's kind of yeah. It's like why didn't they discover a body sooner? you know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
Bodies of water are my least favorite places.
Oh lord.
Which we will also be doing a Weird World stream on.
Oh yeah.
Just a little spoilies for y'all.
A little spoiler.
Went to school camp on the Hawkesbury. Oh damn.
Ooh. Man.
Change slides.
Oh, good. Thank you. So the image on the left is the actual boat and the wreck. You don't see the body. It's just like you can see the frame.
That's quite a big frame.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the image on the right is from an article. It's like a diagram of what the frame looked like and like how the body was tied on.
Hawkesbury rhymes with Corpsebury. Amazing.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry, I just had to
does.
like
It does.
complete it.
So police initially assumed that the man had been tied to the metal frame whilst covered in the bag and then like dumped into the river to drown. But when they did their like forensic testing and all that, they revealed that the man died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head.
Okay.
That's
better
seems
than
like
being...
drowning.
Oh.
I mean, like they didn't know whether he'd like died on the frame or if he was tied to the frame after death and then thrown into the river. Yeah, but then like obviously like he's been in the water for a while. Ultimately, like his body just decomposed, and it was initially estimated that the body had been submerged for like roughly 12 months, like a year.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
You feel unlocked, yeah.
That because like water does horrible things to
yeah.
like even in the span of a week, water can really mess up your
Sorry.
being able to sorry, this is ridiculous outfit. But like,
I mean, just
mess
being,
up
like soaked in the water for like
Yeah.
an hour.
You think about how much you
Yeah.
prune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Oh fucking hell.
Oh, thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, because like his like fingerprints and like facial features had eroded in the water, so they did like facial reconstruction, and like these images were like plastered across like in the media to try and identify the man. And then like the media dubbed the man the Rack Man because they didn't know who he was. And they just gave him that name like based on the steel frame that he was on.
Okay, yeah.
But like it's weird because like some people like referred to it as like a crucifix, even though it wasn't really a crucifix.
Oh yeah, because he was kind of like tied there. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they had those pictures up. They didn't know the identity of the man or like what really happened, but the things that they did figure out, other than the clothes he was wearing when he died, a pack of cigarettes and a lighter, he didn't really have like anything on him to identify who he was. So the only like description they could like deduce with like forensic examination, sorry, can you go to the next slide?
Oh yeah, sorry. You do for sure. Just let me know whenever you want to change.
Yeah. So they like deduced that he was a man of vague Mediterranean or European descent, roughly 163 centimeters tall or 5'4", dark hair, and was aged between 21 and 46 years.
That's a big
That's
gap.
quite a big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The body was thought to be submerged for at least a year. The steel frame was actually like they figured out that it was custom made specifically for him.
Shit.
So whoever killed him had actually welded the metal frame themselves based on his height and his like arm length. So like they obviously had to be like either a professional or someone like really experienced.
But also know him. Like it was a
Yeah.
premeditated attack, right?
Yeah.
Or was the frame designed to hold him underwater? Was that its like primary purpose?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Just to like kind of sink him down, I guess.
God, that's like
It's horrific, yeah.
premeditated is not good.
Yeah. So like the weight of the frame and the man combined was like obviously like it's too heavy for like one person to carry. So it was like suggested that there was more than one perpetrator. Obviously this isn't like a whole lot that the police had to go on, so they like investigated a bunch of leads as to like who the Rackman could be. Most of whom consisted of like really shady people. But I will like list out like three people that they had. There were like maybe like the higher profile people that they had investigated.
They kind of thought that this was like a linked to a crime,
Like
underground-
organized crime.
organized crime thing.
Mm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yes, please. Yeah, so that's just the reconstruction thing as a reference. So one of the people that they thought the victim could be was Joe Biviano. He was a convicted drug dealer who went missing from Des in Sydney in December of 1993. So he fit the appearance and the height of the Rackman, but his DNA didn't match the samples that they had, so they cleared him of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Then this man's still missing. Joe's still out there.
Yeah, Joe is still
Oh
missing.
my god.
Wow.
Des Moines, isn't that like a really bushland area? I don't remember. Am I thinking correctly?
Des Moines.
I
I
have
don't
to look
think
it up
too bushy.
after this.
The next person they had investigated was Peter Mitris.
Oh,
So
he
was
kind of
last...
looks like him.
Yeah, he does.
Mm.
So he was last seen in King's Cross in Sydney in April 1991. Police previously had received information that he had been beaten to death with his body being dumped in the ocean near Sydney. And he also like fit the appearance, but he was taller than the Rackman by a few inches, I think. And his sister also came forth and confirmed that like I think it was his teeth. They were like different to the Rackman's. I think more crooked or something. So they also were like, nah, it's not this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then one of the other more prominent, I guess, that they thought, who they thought it was Christopher Dale Flannery. He's also known as Mr. Rentakill.
I wonder
so he was
why.
he was like an alleged hitman who was accused of murdering like high-profile Australians. But he managed to evade conviction like multiple times, and then mysteriously disappeared after surviving an attempted murder on himself and his family in 1985. But his dental records didn't match those of the Rackman. So Flannery is also still missing. Like they don't know what happened to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stabby.
Yeah, it's so Aussie to call a hitman Mr. Rentakill.
Mr. Rentakill.
Mr. Rentakill.
Thank you, you dope.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your uncle worked for a company called Rentakill? What?
Exterminator?
Yeah, like, is that why you guys are dead rats?
Oh
no.
Yeah, but like all the leads like were just like dead ends due to like discrepancies in like height and like dental records and other factors. So for like 25 4 years, they just didn't know who the Rackman was. And like his remains were just like kept in a refrigerator in a morgue.
That's so sad as well.
But then in 2018, I think August or something, they officially ruled that the remains belonged to a 37-year-old man, Max Tenchevsky. I think that's how you pronounce his surname.
Alright, Mike, there we go. Next slide, sorry.
Okay. So he was a known gambler. He was actually listed as a possible victim as well, and they did investigate into his disappearance, but he I think the DNA testing wasn't able to make a positive ID. So they actually said that it wasn't him at first.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But then in 2018 they obviously said it was. So he was last seen by his partner leaving his house in Sydney on 11th of January 1993. He was known to travel like really far, like across like states for like gambling sprees. So they didn't really like raise any suspicion when like he didn't return like home that by the end of the day. Even though he was like a known gambler, he like
oh okay, sorry.
There was like no evidence to suggest that there was any connection to underworld gangs. But he was known to carry like debt because of his gambling addiction. They just didn't know how much his debt was. But like they know who the Rackman is. They just don't know like who killed him
killed
and
him and why.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they did like assume that obviously it's not a random attack. Like it's premeditated. Yeah.
But to also
so like
go out and like do that much effort just to
that's
like,
the
welding like a whole thing.
Yeah.
For a guy that gambled. Like, you understand, like, crime figures because it can tie other people into it, but a seemingly kind of random civilian with bad gambling debt, it seems weird to go to that much effort. Like, wouldn't you just kill him and chuck him somewhere?
Yeah, but then also to pre-make a rack specified to his, like, body measurement. Well, wow, you fucking hated this man. Or something.
Yeah. It feels very like personal and very angry.
Really borrowed money from the wrong person.
Yeah. So like the theory is like, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like I can understand like why that could end up with like a murder, but I'm trying to get my head around like why in this way.
Yeah, it's a very strange way. Like, it seems excessive.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So the theories surrounding his murder, obviously his gambling debt, most likely the cause of his death. It was hypothesized that he was involved, like with the wrong kind of people and owed the wrong people money. And then because of that, people thought like he maybe borrowed money from a gang and owed them money. And then they just like killed him with like the intent of sending a message to warn others, which is kind of weird though, because you would want people to see the body and not like
drown them.
The body,
or whatever the body.
Yeah. And then this one is a weird one, but some people in the early stages assumed that he was the victim of a satanic cult.
Of the 80s, the satanic panic, right? No, it wasn't.
Wait, was that in the 80s?
Because he died in the 90s, though.
Yeah,
no.
93, 94.
Was that still happening? The satanic panic?
I don't know.
Did it ever?
Did it ever stop? Yeah. But
also, hi, normal robot. Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Oh, hello.
Normal
welcome
rat
to the rat
bot,
community.
Rat bot.
Yeah, but like that cult theory was just like mainly based on like the steel frame because people assumed it looked like a crucifix.
Oh yeah.
And there's obviously zero evidence to support any of this, but it was like one of the bigger theories aside from being involved with a gang.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of this year, they still do not know who killed him and why.
Wow.
They were only able to find out like who he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But that's a good point, Vandergeist. Maybe the body was originally supposed to be displayed, like on the rack.
Mm.
I think he fell into the water.
Maybe it was
Fell
like
off a boat.
Like
maybe it was like left on like the ledge.
what if he
of,
was like what if it fell?
Mm.
What if it just like toppled into the water or something?
Yeah, like he was supposed to be somewhere else. And what baffles me is that if this man wasn't fishing this part of the river, like, would he have been found? Like, his net just picked him up. Like, he very easily could have not been found.
What else
Sorry,
is in the
Tan, I'm
Hawkesbury
like
River?
having trouble looking at you because you're like in the outfit and just like legs spread.
My legs are real
I've been cutting Jazan a lot. Like just when Zan talks, so everyone is seeing this.
You seeing legs spread? Do you like it?
Oh my god.
I ain't no rat. I can change. I can change if my choice of outfit is distracting to you. Let me get up.
It's okay.
Let me get up. I'll go into the forest and I'll change.
I'll go into the forest. You could just go into the
behind
forest.
the van.
Gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Look, the spread.
I have my privacy.
Just like
Oh my
out
god.
of frame, but you can
I'm nude. Why did you just cut to me? Hang on, I've got to come back. I can't see what I'm wearing. Oh no, I'm still wearing it. What the fuck?
Ah, you haven't got a torso.
The right pants.
Arkies.
I don't want to be.
Oh, fuck. I'm just watching Zan get dressed.
I'm wearing these now with boots.
Okay, sounds good.
They gotta be black. There we go.
I'm gonna take the ears.
No.
No.
I can be like the rats.
The cats and the rats.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Rats and the
Oh my
silver
God.
spoon.
And the rats and the rats and the spoon and the
And
spoon.
the rats and the spoon. When you come and spoon, son. Don't know when. We'll get a spoon
Ew.
then.
We'll get a spoon. Hi,
Yeah,
Cal.
that's
How are
the,
you?
Hello,
the
Cal.
Black Man. Oh my god, Cal, hello. Hope you're doing well.
Feel free to join us by the campfire. Oh my god, I'm wearing another hat on top of my hat.
Oh, you're wearing two hats.
Yeah, it's double hat action.
What does it
Protect
say?
yourself from the sun.
It's the fish one.
Wait, I can't see it
the
there.
fish one.
It's only in the other. It's only. Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just
It's not in the
here.
close-up.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Anne, for sharing Rackman. I did not know
Yeah,
that
that
the Hawkesbury
was
River
very
has
interesting.
that kind of
Dark
darkness.
past.
It probably has shit in it now that we don't know right
So
in
much.
this
I feel like
moment.
all bodies of water are probably like that.
Mm-hmm.
A matter of like finding what's in there.
Oh, Visha, you can exclamation mark clap if you like.
You sure can.
Just.
Oh, there
my
we
God,
go.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
It doesn't break our hands, so we're gonna have to stand up and
Oh,
sit
yeah,
back
we're
down.
gonna have to take a little moment. Yep, there we go.
Very good.
Oh, Cal, just do like exclamation mark join. Yeah. Also, oh my god, I hope you're feeling
Yeah, how are
better.
you? You okay?
Hopefully.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
Welcome in.
Calrat.
Calrat.
I'm gonna stand up and have a quick look at y'all. Wish I could crouch. Wobbin, Goblino, or Visha.
Hope your
butt
butt
is
is okay.
okay.
Just that message appearing.
Under guys, Spanlan, Rita, Al, at normal robot, and N should be in there. Haven't got. Fuck them in.
You've got so many windows open.
I'm too many
it's
windows open. I
understandable.
don't think it's gonna handle it anymore. Yes. Who's the next one? What are we talking? What are we talking about?
Guys, so we are talking about the Who Put Bella in the Witch Elm case. Now, I have a lot of information, so I hope you all are ready.
Oh, look off? Yeah, I thought the same thing. It's arrived? Fuck yes.
This is I think this is a very interesting case. Let me just, sorry.
I don't know shit about this, so this is another one where I'm gonna be learning. A
Well,
lot.
let me tell you, Ray. This one goes back to the year 1943. Smack bang middle of World War. I was about to say World War Five. World War Two.
Skipped 4.
Like, hello. Yeah, 1943. In war. Oh my God, war.
Should I change the slide? Let me know when you want me to change the slide.
Oh.
Because
Worcestershire. Sorry, my brain wants to go
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire, England. I don't know why my brain wanted to do that. But this takes place in Worcestershire, England. In good old England, in the village of Hagley.
Changing slides.
Hagley. Let's change your slides.
Okay.
In Hagley Wood specifically. All right, so I've got a lovely little picture of.
Sorry, let me. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. There we go.
That's okay. Yeah. So the summary of this case is it happened in Worcestershire, England.
Worcestershire.
I mean, the body was discovered on April 18th, 1943, and I mean, who she was is unknown. So. As a summary, 4 boys discovered the skeletal remains of a woman inside of a wych elm. Now, a wych elm is a pretty big, gnarly tree. I have a picture of it in the next slide. The victim, whose murder is estimated to have occurred in 1941, remains to this day unidentified.
Wait.
Wow.
Oh my God! I think I know this one.
Yeah.
They found
Very
this
vaguely though.
woman inside inside like a whole tree.
A whole ass tree. If you want to change the slide.
A tree. That's fucked up. I thought, that's pretty bad tree. Oh my God, look at that.
So supposedly that's the tree that they found her in.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
isn't it pretty gnarly? So, what happened was that there's these 4 little boys in Hagley Wood. So what you can see on the left there is Hagley. Was like Hagley Manor. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. But the wood is kind of on that property, and that was a private property owned by like some rich person or something. And these boys were up there. Their ages ranged from 14 to 17, and they were just like poaching rabbits and I guess like collecting bird eggs or whatever you do when you're 14 to 17 in 1943 in England. Yeah, you go harass some birds and throw rocks at rabbits or something. But whatever they were doing was like they probably weren't allowed to be doing. They were getting up to mischief. So because they were looking for, I guess, like bird nests and getting, rowdy or whatever, they were playing Fortnite. They were climbing up into the trees. And yeah, just sort of like looking around and gathering shit off the property. So one of the boys, Robert Hart, he looked inside of this tree and he saw what he thought was an animal skull. And I guess like he somehow got it out. I don't know if it was like with a stick or something. But he saw that it had human hair still attached to the skull, and it was very, very much like a person's skull. Like it had its full set of teeth, and that little bit of like decomposing flesh still hanging on. So upon finding it, the boys were like, "Oh my god!" and then ran back into town where they got one of the boys' older brother, and brought him up to the property to have a look at the into the tree and basically confirm what they saw. In the tree, the boys also found a green bottle, a shoe, more bones, a gold wedding ring, and fragments of her clothing. So you know what the boys did at this point? They were just like, well, we're on someone else's property. We're trespassing. Let's just put that back in there and we'll go home. So they did. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're like, oh, we've already done a lot of bad shit today, but we shouldn't tell anyone about a dead person.
I mean, at least they put the skull back and didn't like take it home and put it under their bed or something. I feel like that would have been worse. But they put it back. So later that night, one of the boys, whose name was Thomas, I believe he was the youngest of the group, so he was like 14. You think about that as like children.
Wait, should I change the slide?
What is the next slide actually?
Maybe something horrible, isn't it? Hold on.
It's all horrible. Oh no, you don't have to change it.
There
yet.
it is.
Oh, there's the skull. Okay. But later that night, there's the skull. I think that picture's been colorized.
Colorized.
Like later that night, the youngest boy Thomas, he told his parents. He's like, actually, that's kind of fucked that we left the skeleton in this tree. I don't know, like, we should probably tell some adults. So he was brought to the police chief, whose name was Charles Lambert. And I guess it was like late at night, so they couldn't do anything until the next day. But the next day, the police rallied a group of people and a pathologist, and they all went out and investigated the tree. So inside was almost a complete skeleton. It was examined by James Webster, who was described as the most brilliant pathologist in Britain at the time. Like, he had a lot of involvement in a lot of cases that got a lot of people put in jail for murder, because he was really good at what he did. So upon examining the skeleton, he determined that she was a woman. She had been dead for anywhere between 18 months to 3 years, which is quite a big time range.
That is a big time range.
Yeah. He couldn't narrow it down beyond that. So she'd at least been dead from 1941.
Did they, like... This is bones. Did they... did they say, you're probably gonna say this later, but like, did they say if like she was placed in the tree or just?
We'll go into that now.
Okay.
Yeah, so leave it onto that slide. But they also determined that she was maybe 35 to 40, somewhere in that age range. They examined all parts of her skeleton to kind of make this determination as well. So her hair was brown. They also think she might have had a child at one point, just from the way that her hips change during childbirth. That happens. Her teeth were really peculiar. She had missing teeth, but this was determined to have been like through a dental procedure or possibly lost in the decomposition process as well. But the teeth were not found in the tree, which is really interesting. So that like brings up the question: were they taken because of identifiable dental work? If it was really something unique, or did she have like gold or valuable
that's true.
fillings? So yeah,
they used to do that back then, right? They used to just fill like,
gold
and silver and shit, right?
Yeah. Teeth thief.
Thief.
She also her teeth were quite interesting as well, because she had very prominent front teeth and they were quite crooked as well, so it was very distinguishing. upon also examining her, they discovered that there had been fabric stuffed into her mouth. And it was a large enough piece of fabric and deep enough in her skull that Webster determined that she likely would have been asphyxiated by it.
Poked.
Possibly. I mean, yeah. They found, or her entire skeleton was not in the tree though. They found parts of it scattered around, and they kind of attributed this to, like, animals, possibly.
Yeah.
Because that happens. Her right hand wasn't found though at the time. That was found a little bit later. Now, due to the size of the tree, the pathologist Webster, he determined that there was no way that she could have been placed in there after rigor set in, because it would have been too hard. So they believe that she either was killed near the tree or she died in the tree.
That tree
or
as well, like,
I know.
The tree just looks gross.
It doesn't it? Or that she was put in much after her death as well. Which, when rigor breaks, you can put the body in. But, like, the thought of, like, trying to move a decomposing body, and trying to stuff it up in a tree would fucking suck. But also the tree had kind of intertwined with her bones a little bit. So she'd been there for quite a while. So the tree had started to grow around her.
For a few years then.
Yeah. So, I mean, Webster said 3, but maybe it could have been longer. No one really knows. But the question is as well, why didn't anyone notice, like, or smell decomposition? Like, this forest was on someone's property. Why did no one smell decomposition or notice, like, that, insect activity or bird activity? It's very strange.
So, like,
I mean, I can't imagine, like, rich people are having, like, their own forest and, like, walking through it every day.
That's true.
Either. And it's, like, private property, so, like, I guess they don't really allow a lot of people to walk around there.
Yeah, it's not like a public path, like, that she wasn't noticed on a public path. So she was...
Sorry, thank you, Anne.
Thank you, Anne. She was definitely placed in the tree with her feet first as well. And to kind of give you an idea of how big the sort of space was that she would have gone into the tree, it was 24 inches by 12 inches, or for us that use the metric system, that's a meter by half a meter. So you think about, like, a stiff body, it's going to be hard to get someone in there. Yeah.
Like, wait, how long after, like, you know how rigor mortis stops? That stopped.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm, like, thinking about it now.
I think...
How?
Does anyone in chat know? When does rigor mortis kind of stop?
Google this.
Also, that big on thought thing was me reading out Bandland's message about the bot. Yeah. Just for context.
Sure.
Rigor mortis.
Something that's also, like, interesting issue. She was very small. She was only 4'9". She was under 5 feet tall, so she was a tiny woman. But to try and identify her, police used her dental work, as they believed that also one of her dental procedures had been done like a year before her death. Another one of her teeth was rotting. So it kind of led the question, could she afford dental work? Like, if she had a bad tooth, like, was she not going to the dentist because she couldn't afford it?
But then that means that the theory about the missing teeth being stolen because of their, like, worth kind of goes out the window then. Hey.
Maybe.
That's weird that she didn't have her teeth. Like that was...
Well, she had most of her teeth, but there were a few missing. So her clothing was...
The rigor mortis appears approximately 2 hours after death, and it stays for up to 24 hours.
Oh, so it would have been a whole
okay.
day. And
Yeah.
The
before, like,
decomposition process also starts quite soon as well, so you start like leaking and getting real yucky,
don't
like
wanna-
you
I
know.
don't
But also,
think
as
like,
about
I
well.
can't imagine just trying to like lift this dead body with or without the rigor mortis and trying to stuff it in like a small hole in a tree.
But then, like, that means she might have
Died in
died
there,
in the
but if she'd been
tree.
passed out, or she still would have been. I mean, she still would have been left like dead waiting, like even if she
yeah.
wasn't necessarily dead.
Yeah, maybe she did get, like, knocked out and then put in the suffocated. You know, again, not kind of fucked, but, like, people can, like, pass out and, like pass out with their neck, like, down. And then that blocks their airway. And then
True.
they can die like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it has
Something
anything
to
do with
think
that.
about
Something
when
to
you
think
fall
about.
asleep on a train.
No, no,
Oh,
God.
don't
No, not as in, like, I mean, like, you know, knocked out, like, no control.
like a
but,
real,
like,
real wrong
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. But her clothing was pretty like shredded up, I guess, like due to animals and just wear and tear or whatever. But it's kind of they tried to use it to kind of like paint a picture of who she was. But her clothing was actually very middle of the road. She wasn't rich and she wasn't poor. The one thing of note, though, was her shoes were incredibly worn out. Like, they said at least 6 months of, like, very solid wear, like, everyday wear. But they were also far too large for her.
Oh.
This kind of doesn't have anything to do with the theories later on, but it's just a weird
Just makes me think she was
point.
poor.
That she wasn't that well off, or she didn't have. Yeah, they were big. But they traced the shoe back to the manufacturer, and they were quite a popular shoe for the time. And they sort of worked out like, but those particular shoes were only really sold between April and June of 1940. So they figured that, say she bought the shoes at the very latest June 1940 and then maybe had 6 months wear on them, then she could have been dead for 2 years.
Oh.
In the tree.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of like are trying to
Yikes.
narrow down. Yeah. So the police did, a lot of hard work to try and find out like who this woman was. They looked through over 3,000 missing persons reports from all over England. But a year after the discovery of her body, graffiti started appearing around the area. So the first one was near Hagley Woods, and it was yes, and it was I can't remember what that one specifically said, but that there was like one that first popped up. And then later on there was one on a wall in Birmingham, which was like the famous one, who put Bella down the wych elm. On Hayden Hill, which is again another kind of site nearby, there was, who put Bella, Lou Bella in the wych elm. But they were all done in similar handwriting. So possibly the same person.
Robin also brought up the fact that her shoes were too big. It could have been like hand-me-downs. Yeah.
That's a really good point as well. So yeah, they notably, the graffiti notably just keeps appearing. It's now become like a fucking cult thing, and everyone there, like that more recent picture of it on the obelisk, like that's modern graffiti. But notably, it also popped up in 1984 and 1993. So they're keeping the tradition alive, just writing it everywhere. It's fascinating. So there was other kind of graffiti that went on as well. And although I don't have exactly verbatim like what was said, it kind of suggested that she might have been a sex worker. And you can switch to the next slide. So this is a digital reconstruction of her face, what she might have looked like.
Her eyes look sweet though. I think her eyes look.
there was so these are the theories. There's one. You're right, Cal. Actually, handwriting is not a science. Like, it's not something that really holds up. It's just like kind of an interesting thing. It's not real evidence. But what was I saying? That she could have been a sex worker. There was a sex worker who did go missing in 1944, whose name was actually Bella, and she'd been missing for 3. Oh no, she didn't go missing in 1944. In 1944, they discovered they found the missing person case, or they reported the missing person case of a Bella who had been missing for 3 years. So the dates kind of line up on that one, which is interesting. But other than that, not much else is known about Bella. So that's, I guess, like one theory, but I feel like if that is her, then I don't know if we'll ever really find out.
Yeah.
There's not enough information on this particular Bella.
There's some interesting things on this slide, Zan.
I guess like the second theory is that are they calling her Bella again because it's more of a Jane Doe thing, or beautiful, or it's really interesting, like is someone who actually knew her calling her by her name, or is it just a thing that started by someone a bit cheeky? But yeah, again, because it was the time of World War II, there is also a theory that's floating around that she was a German spy.
Spy.
A spy. So Birmingham and Black Country, which was like sort of the area around Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
So I have to think every time because Ray and I like pass the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. But there was apparently like a number of munitions factories that were operating around the area during that time. So, you can see why it would have been a good location for a spy, I guess. But specifically, there was a declassified MI5 file about a spy named Joseph Jacobs. He was a German military agent who was arrested after parachuting into Cambridgeshire in 1941. So upon interrogation, they found out that he was actually in a relationship with a German cabaret singer, actress, and spy named Clara Borle.
Oh, Kenji.
Hi, Kenji.
Oh, Kenji subbed with a Prime sub. Thank you so much. 12 months. Oh my God, the baby is born.
The baby is born. The baby is born.
Baby born. Thank you so
baby
much.
Born. Thank you. 1 year. 1 year baby.
Year. Wow.
Damn.
That's incredible.
Thank
you so
coming
much.
Around. Sticking out for us with like a whole year. Jeez.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you.
Feel free to join Rat Chat as well if you'd like.
Oh yes, join Rat Chat. Join.
Yeah.
Love to see Kenji.
Oh, hey, there we go. Hey.
Okay, clap. Oh no, now we all have to get up, don't we? To reset our hands.
Oh, there he is. He got a little crown. Oh, there's your little. Oh my God, you're a blue rat. Yay! Oh no, hold on, I can't stand up.
And then I can't get up. There we go.
Please, I want to stand up. There we go.
Yeah.
Just have a quick look at this rat.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
They're so cute. Look at them. So the sub rats have little crowns on it. Very, very sweet.
Little babies.
Little baby rats. I don't know why I got an English accent. I'm sorry for the English that I
Feed
just.
us.
Feed us. You want some cheese?
You want some cheese?
Where's that pizza man? We called him Domino's like how long? Like an hour and a half ago?
Yeah, where is that? I think they might have there's no service out here though. Like maybe they can't find us and they're trying to give us a call. I thought they would have been able to see the tall man.
Tall man.
We told them that
we told them right by the tall man.
be able to see.
But yeah, so also from
30
like
minutes
the...
so it's free. Yes.
Hi, Like
Oh,
Kay,
Like
welcome
Kay,
in.
hello, welcome.
Hi.
Whoa,
So
feel free to join the rat army.
yeah, join the rat army.
Exclamation mark, join.
Be a rat, trick or treat. Have your rat chat.
Oh my god, I feel like trick and treat are both like
I
almost
know.
at the same amount.
Doing so well. We've decided treat is like cursed, so
They're both cursed in mind. Rat jam.
Rat jam.
I really love the work that Matt's put into this though.
Yeah, he's done such an amazing job.
And we have both the same time.
Oh no, haunting.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Anyway, sorry, Zan.
So, upon also interrogating Joseph Jacobs, they found out that his girlfriend, the spy, Clara, was supposed to meet him after he made contact, but he never did make contact because he was intercepted. But what's interesting about Clara is no record exists of her after 1941. Like, she was a pretty high-profile cabaret singer and actress, and she just vanished in 1941. Jacobs was also executed in 1941 and was the last man to be put to death in London Tower. So no more further information could be extracted from him about Clara. Interestingly, though, so recently they've kind of did a little bit more digging into Clara, not necessarily to like find out her involvement in this case, but just her death records actually came up. So she was never sent over to England, and she was actually much taller than Bella. She was like around 6 foot, where Bella was only around 5. So it's kind of, you can see why it wouldn't maybe match up. In 2016, it was determined that Clara actually died in Berlin in 1942. From veronal poisoning, which was like a popular sleep aid at the time.
So they know for sure
she was not Clara. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, there still begs the question of whether she was a spy. Like, you know, stuff was going on at the time, so it could have been. It still could be a possibility, I guess. The third theory, veronal virus. The third theory was put forward by Margaret Murray, who was an archaeologist and anthropologist, and she published a hypothesis in 1945, in which she tributes Bella's death to a satanic or ritualistic sort of sacrifice. Which cult? She believes that dark magic was the cause of Bella's death, because of the, I guess, detachment. Well, yeah, many things. The detachment of the right hand specifically. So there's a ritual in dark magic called Dark Glory, which involves, I think, the removal of the right hand. Now, they ended up finding the right hand.
Oh my god, I forgot that she didn't have a hand when they found her.
Wait, where did they find it?
They found it near the elm. Now, in the ritual, the hand is supposed to be buried 13 paces away from the elm. Now, do you think the police counted?
No.
So we have no idea if it was like 13 paces or not. Who knows? Who knows?
Like, was it like close to the was it intentionally like buried near the tree, or was it like
who knows? Or was it just scattered by animals? Who can say?
Yeah, like but if they found it like lying down next to the tree, sorry, it would have been documented that it was next to the tree, right? But instead, it was like
away.
some paces away, right?
Some distance away.
Okay.
But so were other other. I don't know if I read this out, but some of her other bones were found outside of the tree as well, such as her pelvis, her tibia, and like femur.
Ew.
So
I hate that.
Yeah, she was a little bit scattered, the poor thing. But there's also like I mean, Margaret Murray also attributed like the fact that there's like deadly nightshade in the area, which can also be called belladonna, and then Bella. I don't know. It's a bit, yeah. Witch elms are also like prevalent in sort of spells, and I guess witchcraft. But interestingly, I guess like this particular theory was really, really kind of gained traction and popularity because in 1945 another person was murdered, but not at all in the same way. So it's really weird. But his name was Charles Walton. He was a 74-year-old farmer, and he was murdered on Meehan Hill. His throat was sliced with a sickle. And they found it still lodged in his neck when they found him there. But in addition to having his throat cut, a pitchfork was like skewering him to the ground, and he was just left there, out in like an open field.
Man got fucked up.
Yes, man got fucked up. This poor farmer. This was another unsolved murder. No one ever came forward. They've never found anything about it. They thought maybe this was like a ritualistic killing. I mean, the fact that it is an unsolved murder, you're like, is there a systematic kind of blockade? Like, was there an organization or something that stopped it from being solved because witchcraft?
Yeah, Zan's case is a lot of. I love the witchcraft in it.
Isn't it interesting?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Wait, so how is this connected to her case? Just because it was like...
Because they think that one might have been... So Margaret Murray was like, that one was definitely ritualistic. The fact that proves the fact that there's like witch activity in
stuff around
the area. Yeah. So therefore Bella's weird murder might have also been a ritual. That was her main claim. So it kind of is a bit of a stretch, like,
yeah, okay,
but yeah, it's still interesting. It's worth noting. The 40s did sound like a wild time. So the fourth kind of theory.
Swapping slides.
No, this is my last slide, so it's gonna stay this way.
Wait, can I go back to the witch elm? Because like that's like, I just want to see that tree.
Do you want to see it? Yeah. I don't know if that's the specific witch elm, but that's like what.
Oh, don't look at that. There we go. That's the tree again that she was found in. For context.
And the area. That's the estate that she was kind of found on. So the last kind of idea is that she was just. Do we know what the ritual with Bella was supposedly meant to accomplish?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why? Like, if she was a sex worker, could it have just been like, I don't know, some person being malicious, or like,
well,
is it people doing ritualistic stuff?
Well, they figured as well, like, that if she was a sex worker who was murdered, like, it could have been by someone local because of the area, like knowing the area, knowing that tree existed, like, because like you're not going to shove her in a tree if you don't know if that tree existed. You're not going to be out there looking for trees that you can hide a body in, like on random estates.
Like the fact that it was like this tree makes it seem even more ritualistic, because it's like, look at that shit. Like, fuck.
In witch elms, as I said, like do have that tie to witchcraft and number of beliefs. But what that's it true, Woburn, is that if she was a sex worker and was murdered, like it may not have been taken seriously by the police.
Unfortunately true.
Yeah, terrible. So yeah, the last idea is that
The witch is the name.
she was just like a woman who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So there was also I guess like Romani travelers during the time, but that were like passing through the area. But this guy named Wilfred Byford Jones, he was a journalist, and he really heavily disputed the both the witchcraft theory and the idea that she'd been killed by like random kind of I guess like travelers. He published research and a number of articles kind of stating his claims and his ideas against that. And because of this, he actually received a letter that was signed by a woman named Anna, I think. So a woman calling herself Anna sent this journalist a letter. I want to read you the letter because I think it's really interesting.
Ooh, well, let's hear this letter.
It essentially said, my dear, whatever the publication's name was, finish your articles, read The Witch Elm Crime by all means. They are so interesting to your readers, but you will never solve the mystery. The one person who could give the answer is now beyond the jurisdiction of earthly courts.
Oh.
The affair is closed and involves no witches, black magic, or moonlight rites. The only clues I can give you are that the person responsible for the crime died in 1942 and the victim was Dutch and arrived illegally in England about 1941. I have no wish to recall any more. Anna.
Why is it always like a fucking random ass letter that she just like, I have all the answers, like wahaha.
So vague yet
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
Very compelling. It's very compelling. So this, well, the police obviously have no leads. This happened in 1953. They're still kind of like interested in this case. They're still wanting it solved. So they put out a call for Anna to come forward and give more information.
God, I hope she's still alive.
And she did in 1953.
Oh.
She did. So she ended up meeting up with police. And her name was actually Una Haysworth.
They know if it's the right woman? How would they?
Yeah.
Well, what I have to say is pretty compelling. So she came forward and, I mean, look, like, I assume that Una and Anna are the same person, whether or not that this is like true or has anything to do with the Bella and the Witch Elm case, like who can say? But this is just something that did happen. So Una Hainsworth came forward and told police that she was married to a man named Jack Mossop, her ex-husband now. They divorced because, their marriage started okay, but it started getting a bit unsavory. He would sort of disappear a lot. He would go out drinking. He would be gambling. He was starting to get involved with some like unsavory people. One of them was this Dutchman named Van Rolt. And she said that one night him and Van Rolt came to her house really drunk and confessed that they had put a woman in a tree that night. So Jack, Van Rolt, and another Dutch woman that night had apparently been drinking at the Leighton Arms, which is a pub in Hagley. During some stage at the night, they all got into a car together, and Jack described this woman who was there as very kind of awkward, but she was also very, very drunk. And at one point she slumped over. Now, there's two kind of stories about what happened next. One of them was that Van Rolt was like, we should put her in a tree to teach her a lesson.
What the fuck?
And play a prank on her.
What the fuck?
Which kind of seems really strange.
Yeah.
But in the other story, Van Rolt was like, she's dead. And Jack's like, is she passed out? Like, I think she's just passed out. And Van Rolt's no, she's dead. We've got to get rid of her.
What the fuck? So she just died by accident?
Maybe.
Prank birds.
Maybe not. So they drove to the tree and they put her in. Is the how the story goes. So Jack was actually, this thing kind of tormented him so much. Apparently he was like distraught when he came home and was telling Una about this. He apparently just like thought it was all kind of a drunken nightmare, and he went back to the tree the next day and saw that she was still there. And yeah, it didn't sort of like he I guess was so tormented by this, he was eventually, Una had him committed to a mental institution.
Not back then, especially.
It was specifically because
But
he
wait,
cited.
She didn't think to like report it at the time. She's just like
No. Yeah, well, that's what's interesting as well. She doesn't.
Why the rag?
Why the rag? She doesn't come. Like, she did not come forward until 10 years after.
Also, if it was like
Bella was found.
If it was like nothing malicious had happened.
Why the rag?
Why the fucking rag? Or like, why put her in a? I don't know. Why not just drop her off in the front of a hospital or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Very strange,
it's
isn't it?
weird. Did he?
But-
No, I don't think he got convicted. I think
No.
he died. Right? You say died.
Yeah, he died before the body was ever found. But this is on his notes as well. Like, there is paperwork citing this, that he said he was tormented because he kept having dreams about a woman who stared at him from a tree.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, a woman every night he would dream about a woman staring at him from a tree.
I don't hear this.
So he died at the age of 29 as well.
Fuck,
He was
that's
very
young as hell. I thought this man was like in his 50s or something.
No, he was very, very young. But they never found.
I got goosebumps too. I didn't like that.
No, isn't it spooky? But they never found Venroll. They never found the man named Venroll. They never found anything about that. But as I said, Una, did only report the case 10 years after they found Bella's body. So
I wonder, what are the... Okay, so like... What are the... Is there any theories... Sorry, I keep changing. Is there any theories why the cloth was in her mouth?
no, they don't know.
But
They can't.
It was there far enough that...
So the pathologist thinks that it was there far enough to have asphyxiated her, which would, like, I guess, if you're looking at the murder theories, possibly that she was a sex worker or was murdered by, I guess, someone in her life. Like, that kind of ties more into that than this man. But
this man
at the same time,
reported this in a mental hospital. Like, he
it's
actually
reported that he was
that,
haunted by this specific kind of,
but
like,
then also he reported that
his
he
records
was
of his dreams.
reported that he was in the car with her as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows who the fuck Van Rolt was? Like, what if he just did away with his, like, girlfriend because of, domestic violence? You know what I mean? And Jack was just there. Like,
yeah.
Maybe he didn't. That's why he was haunted.
Yeah, or that's it for Van der Geist as well. Maybe Van Rolt went back and
Killed
her. Like, but anyway, if you go back to the slide of her face,
the mice mouth move.
The mice mouse shmish. But maybe he didn't do it, but maybe he didn't stop it either. So she's just like haunting both their asses.
Hello. Oh wait, let me. I don't know if I can see the person.
Oh, they do.
Oh wait, I'm gonna back.
It's hard to tell, but they do.
Oh god. Oh god. That's so ominous.
I think.
Alright, I'm gonna look on the Nizan again. One of those say something.
Oh no, we tricked.
Oh my god.
Oh, we tricked.
I need to sit there. Ah! This is not good. Oh my god, Zan, you're so scary.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Ray, if you'd like to
Fucking hell,
oh my
Andy.
god,
Oh my
Andy!
god.
Annie.
Oh god, fuck. We're doing the scream. We're dying.
Um.
I'm in danger.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
we back to normal.
Are we back?
Oh no,
Are we
we're
back
not.
to normal? Oh, we're not.
I feel like I'm tripping.
Big scare. Big scare. Butt
Rat
jam. Rat jam.
Fuck. Fucking.
Oh, did you get a sound alert?
Yes. Every time that happens, I look at the
The
window.
knocking is fucked. It sounds so cooked. But
Wait,
yeah,
is
if
yours
you-
back to normal?
Is mine back to normal?
Alright, we're back.
Oh, we're back. Okay. If you go to the last slide again, Ray.
Okay. Sorry. Breathe.
Just keeping
Some
it
body
rolling.
horror for you.
So, okay, you might be wondering, why did they photo like why did they compose her picture out of old photos in Photoshop instead of creating like a, you know how they make like the reconstruction in like clay?
Yeah.
Well, so Caroline Wilkinson was the one who did this. She's very famous for doing one of the Henrys, the King Henrys. But anyway, she had to use photos because they lost her damn skull. No one knows where her skull is.
Fucking police.
We don't know where her body is, or like
What
any
the
of her
fuck?
initial
What do you
autopsy
mean?
report. No one knows where it is. She's gone.
Why was
was a cop.
evidence so mishandled back then?
Mm-hmm. So even if we wanted to, like, you couldn't take DNA from the hair. Oh.
I feel like I need to stand up.
Ben Rolt took it. Perhaps he did.
Frame drops, let's go. Wait, is the frame dropping? Because they are a bit busty, aren't they? This is a model that Matt downloaded, so he did not make this. He downloaded this. I think he bought for this purpose of stream. Wow, aren't we cute? I feel like we all look different. No, don't say that! Oh my god! Badlands!
Pagnant.
No. I think it's like...
Oh yeah, it's like a weird...
It's our like your chest movements, like us slumping in our seats, I think. Matt said on the outfit. Yeah, he
Oh.
Wait, Jake, he said don't do Lazarus. Game will...
Never mind.
Oh no.
This is a gamble.
And you're the only maid now.
Raspi's angels.
I'm sorry, I got rid of the maid outfit.
Refreshing.
Oh god.
This is how I stand in real life.
Yeah, me too. Be not afraid. Like I have to. I just got a
This
fucking
is us.
email from Anime Works.
Oh, I still got the ears on.
Bag A. I still have the ear. What did I wear?
I'm getting the cowboy hat.
I want a crown. Little bit of a costume change. biblically accurate. And yeah, what do you guys prefer, trick or treat? I feel like it's gonna be very telling.
I prefer the trick.
I prefer the trick too. Trick? Did we...
Yeah, that's all I've got about Bella and the Witch Elm.
That was really good, Zan. I did not know any of that, so you did a really good job.
Thank you. I'm trying to sit down. My screen's frozen.
Yes,
Escape. Oh wait, no.
Oh, there we go. F. Treat, but only on 9. That's fair. Yay! I think we have wave as well. I'm not. We can wave at you. Exclamation.
Oh my god.
There it is.
I can't move. I'm stuck now.
What?
Oh, hang on, I'm back.
Yeah,
there we go. I'm back. Okay.
Synchronization.
Yeah.
I know, we could
Yeah.
never IRL, I feel. We could never. A little VTubers. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
It's creepy when they do it as spitting them. What do we have up next? Wow! Sorry. There we go. I'm controlling both the slides and also the game. So let me just adjust. The next true crime story we have is the Australian shark arm case. The whole of pack was just y'all trying to wave at the same time. Trying to like harmonize. Sharks have arms?
This one crawled out of the ocean and started biting people.
That is incorrect. But imagine.
Street sharks.
Imagine if it's street sharks. This one's a bit of an old one as well. One takes place, here in Australia, in Sydney again. Another one for us Sydney-siders. On the other rats. I would love that. You can be land sharks.
God. Land sharks with arms crawling around.
With arms.
Yucky.
This one's a bit of a weird one, of course, by the name. You know what I mean? It's a pretty weird case. Giant shark arm case. Stuck into weird. So, this one here, again, like I said, takes place in Australia in Sydney. Yes, shark. There's Gyo Fuji Aquarium in Sydney, Australia on 17th of April 1935. So this is a pretty old one as well. You might hear double of me as well, I'm sorry, it's just from fans. Still trying to sort that issue. So who does this involve? It involves a few people, but the main person of interest here is James Smith, and he was 45 years old at the time of his death. So a 0.5 meter tiger shark was caught and put into the aquarium later. The shark threw up a human arm. So this shark threw up an arm inside an aquarium pool, along with some other things. He threw up like a seabird and some rats. So threw up a seabird, rats, and an arm. Yeah. So the arm was kind of interesting because it had a tattoo of 2 boxes fighting on the forearm. The shark was then rats. Yeah, you guys. I guess sharks are crazy. Shark was then unfortunately killed, but it was searched for more human remains, but none were found. This chance instance became the beginning of a murder investigation.
Wait, so they actually killed this shark just to look inside and see if
They
there
killed
was
this.
like more.
Yeah, they killed the shark to see if it had more of a man inside. Any other evidence as to why? It's pretty fucked up, but they did that. I have a video for this one. Shark. Pictures I have found of shitty things. Hashtag they did that. So on the left, we have the picture of the arm, which depicts two boxes fighting. The top, you have the shark in the aquarium pool, and down below you have the murder victim, James, and the witness slash kind of person of interest, Reginald Holmes. Terrible tattoo. It's oops. It's of the time, unfortunately, of the time. Is it doing that? There we go. So, a little bit about this. This took place during the Great Depression era. So, this man was trying to run a business. The aquarium owner found the shark, brought the shark, and then, you know, families came in to see the shark.
Oh no.
Families then were there to witness this shark throw up an arm. So they did this during a full packed aquarium.
Good for the shark.
Just, yeah, threw up this arm in front of everyone.
Wait, how long was this between, like, you know, obtaining the shark and the shark throwing up the arm?
I think it was about a week. I think it was a week.
Oh.
So they caught the shark out in like normal, you know, Australian waters, and brought it in. And yeah, so that happened. Threw up the arm, and then it became a big thing where it was like, what if they murdered someone and fed to the shark and be like, shark did it? Yeah. Dude, they thought at first it was a shark attack because shark attacks were pretty common back there, especially. It happened a lot. They thought that this man had just been eaten by a shark. And that's why they opened him up, but they didn't find any more of him. They found just an arm. So then they're like, this is sussy. This is...
But they killed a shark just to find an arm. That's so sad.
Yeah.
For the shark.
It's pretty sad for a shark, I feel. Particular in...
Also sad for the man.
Sad for the man, yeah.
But also that, like, maybe his arm just got fed to the shark. Maybe he's out there. Maybe they should be looking for a one-armed man.
They also kind of thought about that as well. Yeah. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So this happened, and what the interesting part of this is that it unleashed like a domino effect of like nothing would have happened if this shark did not throw up an arm.
Or if the shark was able to throw up an arm in its own ocean.
In the ocean, yes. Yeah. If it wasn't caught and put in an aquarium and just threw this up in the ocean, no one would have known. So it was because this fucking shark was put into an aquarium. Like, that just blows my mind. So then, on to the next slide. So there was two people of kind of importance in this. There was Reginald Holmes, who was well respected, built boats, also happens to be linked to underground crime, committed insurance scam and forgeries. He did drug deals with his speedboats.
That's fucking sick. I'm just like,
so
yeet.
This man owned a fleet of speedboats and then would do drug deals out in the harbor and shit with his said speedboats.
What a boss.
Yeah. and he had a disagreement with Smith. So James Smith worked for him. So he was his employee. He used to drive his boats around to these kind of deals. He was also just a guy who worked at a pub during the day. So he worked at a pub. Bye, Cal. Thank you for joining me. Bye, Cal Rat.
Bye, Cal Rat.
Nicki Minaj. He was Holmes' employee, so he did all this stuff, and then also drove. Holmes had a boat called the Pleasure Boat.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
one of
pretty
those.
gross. One of those
Kind of people.
Yeah, and Smith was basically the guy who drove that boat around. So that's what he was also meant to do. The other person of interest, their name was Patrick Brady. They were an apparent friend of Smith's, the guy that died. He was the one who committed the forgery. So he came on board because he was so good at forging signatures that they ended up forging a bunch of signatures from a bunch of rich people through that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he was the one who was last seen with Smith. He went to his beach house in Cronulla, which is like a beachside place that's semi-close to the city in Sydney. I guess back in that time it probably would have been more bushland than what it is now. So they were last seen at a pub playing cards. Then they went to the beach house together that Brady owned. Brady then called a cab to get back to his own house. And the cab driver was reported saying that Brady acted really sus, that he was kind of nervous, and that he was hiding something under his coat. So people think he may have been hiding an arm. Or
A whole arm.
A whole arm or something of that.
Why a
matter.
whole or a gun?
Or a
like
gun.
I don't
know.
A whole arm under
Yeah.
his coat. Well, also though, if you did cut the arm off, wouldn't there be like, was the arm wrapped up? Was it?
I have
like,
no idea if it was
bloody?
actually an arm. People just speculate that he was holding
He's
the
just
arm.
holding a whole ass arm.
Or it could have just been like a murder weapon or a saw or something. Who knows? Who knows what the hell he had on him? Holding a tiger shark. Yeah, he held a whole tiger shark in the coat. That's why he was sussy. He was stressed. Need to get that thing back into the ocean.
Throw it back.
On May 17th.
Stuff it in your sleeve and pretend it was your own arm.
Yes.
I would just smuggle
You
an
could.
arm.
You fucking could do that though.
I know. Do the old trick like behind the back, like and then put the.
Yeah. It was
Oh
like
my
the
God.
tattoo. So on May 17th, he was arrested and at first it was he was arrested for forgery. So it wasn't anything to do with murder or anything like that. So he was arrested, I think it was like a couple weeks after. And on May 17th, yeah, arrested, and then he implicated Holmes in the case of the shark arm, because that had then arisen. Nope, no link to me. It was Holmes, who's the guy with the speedboats.
Imagine if your employer just gave you an arm and was like, "Get rid of that for me."
Armed and dangerous, yes. I thought we could also watch a little bit more BuzzFeed Unsolved about this, because like I really like it, and I hope you guys also kind of like it. And they talk a little bit more about, yeah, what happened with the whole thing afterwards. This. Whoop! What did I do?
Lights out. We're back.
We're okay. Jesus
God,
Christ, that scared the shit out
hate
of
when
me.
the forest turns off the fire. Is this you, tall man? Is this you,
Not the tall
rats? Who
man.
did
Years
this?
later, Holmes took a speedboat out in Sydney.
So, when Holmes was implicated, he did something really sus.
Sussy. They always do.
He got really drunk and took a speedboat out to Sydney Harbour. And what he did, I'll let them explain to you. But it's really fucking weird. It's really weird. But I thought it would be good with like showing all of this. Speedboats in Sydney. There's a lot of boats in Sydney Harbour. I feel like boats in Sydney Harbour, like.
How many speedboats would there have been back in the fucking 30s?
Yeah.
That's true.
Would they be like today's speedboats, or like would they be different? I don't know. Anyway,
So this guy had a whole fleet of speedboats. You said?
Yeah, he had a bunch of speedboats because he was just rich and did illegal
doing
shit.
drug deals. Yeah. Jesus.
But I'll show you a bit about what happened here.
The harbor, along with a bottle of alcohol and a pistol. The facts of the following trip are described in various ways, but with a grain of salt, the gist of it goes like this. Holmes got drunk on the boat and shot himself in the head with the pistol. Another man who was out boating with his children reported almost being hit by the erratically moving boat. When talking to police, the man said, quote, "You won't mistake him. He has a bullet hole in his forehead," end quote. For you see, Holmes survived the gunshot, which knocked him into the water. Now, with a gunshot wound in his head, Holmes climbed back into his boat and tried to drive back to Sydney Harbor.
Wouldn't it be poetic
Those
justice
boats
if he
chased
got
him for
eaten by a
4
shark?
hours until they eventually caught him. Holmes reportedly told police that he had been shot by strangers and was trying to escape. He apparently claimed he thought the police in pursuit were the people who shot him, which is why he didn't stop. It's hard to know what Holmes was really thinking because, again, he had a bullet hole in his head.
This guy apparently felt well enough to go on a 4-hour boat chase.
Yeah, I mean, he
not-
seemed to be doing fine. Like, I would think maybe it would really mess you up and like you'd live, but you know, you're clinging to life. But this guy is like.
Yeah, this guy's looking back. The wind's whizzing through the hole in his
wiping the
forehead.
blood out of his little.
It's crazy.
Holmes allegedly said to police, quote, "Jimmy Smith is dead and there is only another left. If you leave me until tonight, I will finish him," end quote. Holmes claimed that instead of Brady's story accusing him of being the organizer of the plan to kill Smith, he had actually been extorted by Brady. Brady had surfaced at Holmes's house with Smith's severed
What a party
arm
animal.
and attempted to
I
blackmail
think it's
him,
like
claiming
it's
he'd pinned the
convoluted.
murder on Holmes's instructions. Holmes said that Brady had murdered Smith, cut his body up, put the pieces in a trunk, and threw the trunk into Gunnamatta Bay. In the 20s and 30s, this act was apparently so common that it had a name, the Sydney Send-Off.
The Sydney
I didn't know
send-off.
that.
The Sydney send-off. The fact that that was common, just dumping people into fucking Sydney Harbour.
Oh my god, how many are still down there, do you think?
Oh my fucking god, exactly. It's like the Hawkesbury River. What's wrong with us?
Bones. Just
Why are
bones
we
everywhere.
putting people in oceans, and harbours, and lakes, and
Blech.
Blech. Blech. Anyway, yes. So he could have been an arm. He just said he cut him up. So who knows? He could have been smuggling an arm.
Otherwise, I'll be giving you a Sydney Send-Off.
Sydney Send-Off.
What is that, mate?
Holmes told police he paid Brady the blackmail money, who in turn left the severed arm in Holmes's living room. Holmes claimed he then panicked and threw the arm into the ocean, where it was presumably eaten by the shark that was eventually caught and placed in the aquarium. Police said they would charge Holmes with being an accessory to the murder unless he agreed to
Or
testify
shark.
against Brady at the inquest into Smith's murder,
No,
set for
shark's
June
innocent in
12.
this.
Holmes agreed, and on the morning of June 12, Holmes was discovered in his car with 3 bullets in his chest, this time dead.
One thing to gather from this too is Brady definitely was the one who had the arm.
Okay.
However you want to talk your way around that one, that seems to be the fact.
He
Whether
definitely
was
had
doing
it.
for someone
Oh
else.
my
He was doing
god,
it
I
on the
hate
orders of
that.
Holmes, or he was doing it to then say, "I'm going to blackmail Holmes."
Yeah.
Is the question, I suppose.
Brady's trial still went on, but without Holmes to serve as witness, the case fell apart.
Yeah, he
Brady's
died.
lawyer
He
argued
died
that
on like the day of the trial. So he got killed.
God,
He
yeah.
got. And it's fucked that like, you know, you would assume that the shark would just, they threw a body into the ocean and then the shark ate a part of it. Like, you know what I mean? The shark happened to eat an arm. But no, they cut up a man and sucked him into the ocean. And the shark ate. That's pretty messed up.
That's pretty messed up.
That's pretty messed.
According to a British statute from 1276, a body was necessary to conduct an inquest, and a limb could not be considered a body. The defense also argued that sharks typically digest food within 24 hours.
There we go, there we go.
In order for the prosecution's timeline to be correct, the arm would have had to been in the shark anywhere from 8 to 17 days.
So the shark was already in the
It was
museum.
possible someone
Yes.
had
No.
thrown the arm.
Ah.
Oops. See, so they're gonna say, oops, I cut ahead. That they think that someone threw the shark into the aquarium instead. So they think possible that because there's the answer to the digestive thing though.
The 24 hours.
Yeah, that someone had
Tucked into the shark
could not be
tank.
considered a body. The defense also argued that sharks typically digest food within 24 hours. Yet, in order for the prosecution's timeline to be correct, the arm would have had to been in the shark anywhere from 8 to 17 days. The defense also claimed it was possible someone had thrown the arm into the pool where the shark was kept at Coogee Aquarium, and that it was never in the shark at all. The prosecution came back with ichthyologists, fish scientists, who said the arm could have upset the shark's digestion and impeded its function. They also brought forth 14 witnesses who said they watched the shark vomit up the arm.
Oh,
Did you
God.
guys see the shark vomit up the arm?
Yes.
You're on.
They all just at once.
After a day and a half, Brady was acquitted and released. A Sydney newspaper reported, quote, "Of course you are innocent, Mr. Brady, but please don't do it again, Mr. Brady." End quote.
What?
Just having a life. Just having a little life.
Now I've noticed your Australian character. Why does he tighten up like this? What's that?
It's a choice I've made.
No, do it again.
What?
Quieter and quieter.
Quieter and quieter until I can't even understand what you're saying.
With that, it's time to look into some theories about what actually happened to Jimmy Smith. The first theory is that Holmes' story to police was correct, and that Brady murdered Smith and tried to extort Holmes. This is bolstered by the idea that Brady could have contracted Holmes' murder so he couldn't testify. However,
He's
at
doing the
Brady's
Aussie
trial,
accent, yeah.
defense attorneys pointed out that Brady was only 5'4", making it unlikely he could have killed Smith alone. Of course, his small stature wouldn't have prevented Brady from using a gun, but because no body was ever found, it's impossible to know how Jimmy was actually killed.
Well, but what do you think about that? Because Holmes said he was going to testify against Brady, saying that Brady had done the whole thing, and then the day of the trial, he gets killed. So that obviously does not look good for Brady.
No.
So I don't think it's like good to gloss over that fact. That's a major hurdle I feel like you need to kind of confront.
It's a very gutsy. Very gutsy.
I mean, he still got off because of the arm wasn't attached to a body thing.
Yeah, no, I know that, but very gutsy to make a move like that when obviously tends to point back at you.
Which brings us to a second theory. No one killed Jimmy Smith. Because no body was found, we cannot definitively say Smith was murdered.
Wow.
It's possible he didn't want to bow to the pressure of Holmes's criminal activities and wanted out, but didn't think he could do so safely. So, he faked his own death. Admittedly, this theory seems unlikely, as Smith could have probably gotten away with just a severed hand instead of an entire arm.
Yeah.
Do you think he would be capable of cutting off his own arm?
I mean, he obviously would have had help.
Yeah, he would
probably
have had
from
to.
his
I
wife.
don't know if I'd be capable of doing that.
If he's faking his own death, it's obviously they're in cahoots.
Someone would have to
They
do
have
it
a
for
little
me.
life somewhere together. So he probably had her, do the little tourniquet on his right arm.
Very sweet to be in cahoots with your wife.
I mean, that's kind of part of the bargain, right?
Yeah, I guess. You don't hear that come up in vows very often.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and cahoots.
Did you cut off my arm,
that
Sam?
sickness includes missing
Oh
an
my
arm.
god, I don't know.
I would hope.
I don't know. I think I would
no one
faint.
cut off my
Yeah.
I don't like this character anymore.
I could not cut off my own arm. I could not cut off other people's arms. I would die. I would simply just curl up and die.
Killed at Brady's cottage, but that Brady was not involved. Some years after the case, Brady's wife said she had gone to the cottage thinking she would catch her husband with another woman. Instead,
He was
she
a Brady,
overheard
no.
a group of men playing cards and drinking. Castles believes Brady was out fishing and came back to find Jimmy already murdered. According to this theory, Brady never said anything about his former friend's murder out of fear of retribution. Our final theory, the only one that I can see has a clear motivation, is that Holmes orchestrated Smith's murder. Remember how Smith was the caretaker of a yacht that Holmes owned, the Pathfinder?
I forgot about the pleasure boat.
The pleasure boat.
We're back to the pleasure boat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That's actually good that you set that up, and then I got so wrapped up in this crazy story that I forgot about this wonderful pleasure boat.
And now I'm reminded why I'm glad you forgot, because you were way too excited about a pleasure
Excited to
boat.
hear about the pleasure boat. Tell me about the pleasure boat.
It turns out Holmes and his associates had purchased, insured, and destroyed the boat as part of an insurance scam. Holmes, however, never received his insurance money, as Smith had reportedly become a police informant, telling authorities that the yacht's destruction was suspicious. This, coupled with Smith's reported blackmailing of Holmes over their check forging scams, could have led Holmes to arrange with Brady to have Smith killed. Once Brady murdered Smith, he brought the arm to Holmes as proof. Holmes would have disposed of the arm in the ocean, where a particularly unlucky shark happened upon it. In this theory, Holmes actually did get away with one last insurance scam. Police suspected that Holmes had contracted hitmen to kill himself after buying a generous life insurance policy. His wife and children would get the money and not have to endure the sinking embarrassment of his various crimes.
He did
surfacing.
already try
Holmes's
and kill
wife
himself on
reportedly
the
knew what happened to
yacht,
Smith
you know.
and was about to
Why
share this
not?
information when she died mysteriously in a fire in 1952. It should be noted that Brady didn't die until 1965.
Do you think he got nervous when he read in the paper that a shark had vomited out an arm?
Yeah, like his wife came to him, look at this hilarious headline.
And he's like,
a shark is vomiting.
I gotta make some calls.
Ah, that's real funny.
Sweat just dripping down his face.
When Bert Hobson and his son fished a tiger shark out of the ocean, they were trying to lure attention to their floundering aquarium. What they actually hooked was a mystery that would draw the attention of the entire country and end a local criminal's life. As for how Jimmy Smith's tattooed arm finally found its way into the shark, that remains unsolved.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit get a bit lost.
Complicated.
It's all like insurance and like fucking yeah. Some people say he faked his own death, but like cutting off his arm. But then why was the boat on fire? So they think
why was the boat on fire?
Why was the boat on fire? So they think it was just like Holmes kind of tying up loose ends and like getting out of the game in the way of which I'm killing myself, like my family can take all the money or whatever, but then taking care of Brady, yes, is also in on it. I don't know, it's a bit of a confusing one. I just like the fact that like this would not have been a thing if this shark was not caught.
The shark was able to live peacefully.
Yeah, if the shark
in
was
its
able
home.
to live peacefully in it. Oh. The sharks, it was a prank.
It was a prank. It was a prank, bro.
The prank.
Prank that went too far.
Maybe it was a fake arm, yeah. Like someone else's arm. Woman. Maybe. I like that one. Like,
interesting.
imagine someone throwing a fucking throwing an arm into an aquarium.
Oy.
Be like, look, this shark threw up an arm. But then why would it throw up rats and a bird at the same time?
Ew.
Pretty gross.
Pretty gross.
Pretty gross.
Pretty gross.
That was like the last one I think we've had on there. Let me just hold on. I've got to press
One thing to mine from all of this, or to fish from all of this.
I want to look at more videos.
We'll go to the last slide of our checkpoint slides.
Just last slide.
Is later, Holmes took...
Not that. This one's for you. Little rats.
For the rats.
Little rats. Is it all coming together? All the rats that Matthew's posting, that Matt's posting? Did it all come together? A little teaser. He was trying to Just trying to be a little teaser for Rat Chat.
Yay! Rat Chat.
Rat Chat, that's you.
He was, though. We're drinking and we're posting.
And we're just like, haha, rats.
Spinning rats. But this was already put in, I'll make a cheap, trick cheap. So you're probably gonna win. Oh my god, yeah, it's almost there. Cheese.
Cheese.
We were aware that he was gonna make your rats.
Mm.
And posted all the rotating rats in the Discord.
Yes.
Love it.
Surprise.
Are y'all surprised, you little rats? Let me have a look at you.
Little babies.
Look at the little babies. Did I also read a suggestion? Yeah.
They were.
And then she wanted to squash you.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to step on you.
Wait,
Squonk.
Look at them, they're so cute.
Rat. Everyone say rat.
At the same time.
The rats
and
cost one now.
Say
oh my
rat,
God.
and then say rat again and again.
Why?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, rat. 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 Can we explore the set before the stream ends? Rat. Rat, rat, rat.
Look at this. Look at
Say
them.
rat. Say rat one more time. Everyone say rat again.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I say rat.
Let them go.
You say rat again. 2 more times.
What are you telling them to do?
Till we get to tree. Then you gotta, I mean trick. Then we go.
Oh,
we did it!
got it.
Look at how fast we got to tree.
Oh my god, we got
trick.
I sit down so that we can. Oh my fucking god.
Ow.
Zan, you should get over
I'm getting
here.
up. I'm getting up. I'm trying to get up.
That rhymes.
Oh,
oh fuck.
Oh,
and you look like this.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, this is
Lives in a pineapple under the sea. And Bob. Oh, give me a kiss.
Oh, do I want to
no.
move?
Oh no, I went through the thing. Oh no,
You went
wait,
through
how do I
That's
get
some
back?
privacy.
Whoa, where am I going? It was so scary.
You're just like, oh, what do you mean, Ray?
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I think Discord's cutting you out.
Yay.
Yay. And
Can't see anything.
oh my god, Zan, Jesus Christ. Oh god. I think it's gonna be another fucking true crime. Happening right here, right now.
Crime. Oh no, I walked out of the boundary. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, how do I get back? Oh, it's dark.
Wait, where did you go?
Don't come out here, Ray. It's so dark.
Where did you go?
I can't see.
Don't fall
him.
off the map. You can.
I fell off the map.
Oh no. Well, Zan's gone.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, you can see a little bit. Oh my god. Working? I don't know if we're waving. Zen's gone. Zen's like out of here.
Zen's disappeared.
You can probably disconnect and rejoin. But yeah, this is basically the that Matt's built. Really cool. Just for our kind of. God, it's so scary. It's so scary. I feel like you're gonna just like fucking. Ooh, I don't like it.
Far now. I drop off the map.
One with the rats.
I'm literally in darkness. It's horrendous. I was the first one to die in the horror movie.
This is how slasher movie, and yeah, I don't like it. I feel like Jason.
I'm being messaged by the
Ew.
great man.
Fuck.
My father rat.
Father Rat, yes.
It's giving
Father.
Slender and the 8 pages, yeah.
What do y'all feel like doing? Wrapping it up or watching?
Oh, no
Watching-
wonder, don't say that. I don't wanna...
No, don't say that. Oh my god. That's
Scary.
That's messed up.
That was dark.
Look at all them rats.
Look at all them little rats.
You warm rats. Warm by the fire. Oh, why am I doing this? Why am I driving? Why am I, why are my hands open?
Are you okay?
What's happening to me? My hands?
Are you just like trying to grab thin air?
What am I grabbing? Grabbing it.
Oh my god, I think the stream is like dropping frames.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
why? Is it because
Yeah.
is it because you're in the darkness?
I can't leave.
Boop, boop, boop.
No.
The
There we go.
program.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of the program.
What are we calling it?
I might
Watching a video.
Ooh, I might call it just because I've got work.
Okay,
tomorrow.
we can call it there. It was a
You guys
very
can, like, keep
very
going.
good stream.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, thank you all for
I can't wait
sharing.
for more Weird World.
Yeah.
There will be more Weird World coming. When is the next one?
Next week,
Next
isn't
week.
it?
We'll be doing
There's
this
one
again
next
next week.
Yeah.
But it won't be true crime. It'll
a
be
different topic. A different topic.
a different
we don't
topic.
know for sure
Yeah.
what exactly.
Looking forward to seeing y'all as rats again.
Yeah.
Yes, I love our little rat chat.
Rat chat.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was a bit of a treat. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much as well for putting jeez. Thank you so much putting such effort into this as well. First of all, Matt for making all of this.
Yeah.
So much. Yeah, let's give Matt a clap.
Clap for Matt.
Also, thank you and Dan for doing a bunch of research
It was fun.
on these topics.
I wish I could have researched more, but there was just like so many different cases to look at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely keen to do this again. Yeah, we love you.
Thank you, Ray, for hosting and for having
Yeah,
to go
good
through all
job.
that trouble of changing screens and everything.
Oh no, I actually love doing that. I don't know, I just love it. I find it so fun. Just like changing camera angles, stuff like that is so good. Hope you guys like the videos. I like watching videos, so I thought I would add videos, so I hope that was okay.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoyed watching a little bit of BuzzFeed and Netflix with me? What's our next stream?
Oh my god, Matt. I was gonna say, there's a dance?
Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Oh, we just waved. That's so cute. Love that. Guys, next
Thank
stream
you.
will be for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Oh, is that me? Next stream?
Next stream
That's
is
tomorrow.
tomorrow at 8
Tomorrow?
p.m.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
The
That's
Hell
exciting.
Hell World Loophole. Is that an
That
indie?
sounds really scary.
Yeah.
It sounds fucked up.
It's indie. It's kind of like retro style game. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really read too much into it. It was just suggested to me.
Yeah, fabulous.
That's pretty good. Let's see as well if there is anyone on to raid.
Oh yeah.
God, I need to. Oh, but you guys are gonna hold on. Hold on a second. I can't do that here, or can I? No, 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 no! Don't look! Don't look! At
Don't
the
look.
email. It was just an email. I'm gonna have a quick look at two on my other account. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and
Yeah.
Min is playing Genshin. I don't think anyone else is up besides. And is that a bit too quick?
What a weird change.
That would be like a jarring.
It, or no one else is on. It's so weird.
That's alright.
We can just wrap it up then.
Wrap it up there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
that's
We're trying to find some more people. We just really like Min though. You should check him out. Min's really fun. But just a bit of a different vibe as to what was happening tonight.
Yeah.
Sweet. So we'll catch you tomorrow at 8 p.m. AEDT for Anne's.
Yeet.
I'll post socials as well. If you're not in the Discord or the Twitter, feel free to join us. This will also be edited and put up on our YouTube. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you as well, Kenji and Bonda guys, for the subs.
Thank you.
And we'll catch ya next time. Bye everyone.
Bye.